Today, going to be talking about numerology and the numbers. So first of all, the numbers that we see are the symbols used for numbers, because the numbers itself are not the symbols. Numbers are energy. They are things that exist within our consciousness. Everything we see exists in our consciousness. There is nothing outside of you that is not inside of you. So every number corresponds to you and your consciousness and your body, because as above, so below. What is without is within. So the symbols used to determine numbers are produced by the angles. So 1 has 1 angle, 0 has 0 angles. So we're looking at the angles of these symbols. They're also sigils. You see, what we see with our eyes is going into the mind, and the mind is determining what that symbol is. So essentially, symbols are mental. They trigger thoughts. They trigger things within your consciousness, within your subconscious. That's why symbols are very powerful. When you look at the symbol of Nike, when you visually see it, it triggers the association of thoughts within your consciousness. So symbols are very powerful. So the number 1 is God, the one source, the one consciousness, the one energy, the one all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid. This represents God, which is a microcosm of you, your consciousness. That's why the number 1 is also determined as one line. One straight line means God. This is the one force of the universe. The one consciousness expressed in millions and billions and trillions of different life forms. You are God, I am God. That's why the Roman numerals I, the letter I, is 1. Because there is one God, one I am within all of us. Every single one of us refers to ourselves as I. I is the highest aspect of your being. You can't say anything above I. There is nothing above I. Well, there's no thing, nothing. There's nothing above your I am, which is the void. But it's the consciousness within yourself that is God. It's the I am, where all things spring from. Everything springs from this consciousness within you, from this mind. So masculine is masculine, which is one line, because the number 1 is a masculine force. I'm not saying God is masculine. I'm saying the number 1 is a masculine number. It represents action. This is the pure force. Okay? This is the pure force of God, of consciousness. It's action. Consciousness takes action. Everything you've done in your life came from consciousness and is action. This is symbolized as an obelisk. You see this obelisk everywhere. You see it in Rome. You'll see it in Egypt. You will see it in pretty much every city. You'll see a straight obelisk represents the number 1, which is God. You see this in Washington, D.C. as well. If you go to Washington, and you will see the Vesica Pisces, and in the middle of the interwoven lines of the interwoven circles of the Vesica Pisces, you'll see the obelisk, because this is symbolizing the 1, which then goes into 2. This represents you and God, you and the soul, the consciousness. This represents the yin and the yang energy of the whole universe. The universe is created by these 2 energies, these 2 polar opposite energies, which is represented in the physical world as the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon are physical manifestations of conscious and subconscious, male and female, positive and negative, light and dark, light and darkness. Everything that exists in light exists in darkness. You exist in a physical body, which is the light, and you exist in consciousness, in the darkness. You have a physical self, you have a non-physical self. You have a true self and an echo, which is the body. It also represents division. So this is division between spirit and matter, the consciousness and the body. You, your body, and God. The body and God, which is consciousness. It's the mirror, which is symbolized as the two pillars in Freemasonry. You have the left, you have a left side of your body, you have a right side of your body. You have a left ear and a right ear. This is the number 2. You are split down the middle. Your body is split straight down the middle, and you have 2 sides of everything. And in between the 2 sides of everything, you have one consciousness in the middle of the brain, which is the number 1, and this is 2. So 2 represents the division, spirit and matter. Now, it also represents as above, so below. Your life is a reflection of your consciousness. Whatever is happening within your consciousness, mentally, mentally and emotionally, is manifested into your life, and that is your life. Your life is a reflection of your internal state. Every thought has led you to this very point in your life. Every action has led you to this very point in your life. And them actions started within mind or consciousness. So it represents as above, so below. Everything within your being is manifested from these 2 male and female energies, the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. Everything you do is created by these 2 energies. Okay. So you have the conscious, which is the light, the subconscious, which is the darkness. The conscious mind brings into light out of the darkness. So now what do I mean? The subconscious is the hidden aspect of your mind. This is the hidden self, the shadow self, where all of your little things that you do. Now, what's an example? Do you really love the person you're in a partnership with, or relationship with? Or is it coming from a hidden aspect of yourself? Is it coming from a place of fear of being alone? There's a shadow self and a light self. The conscious mind brings into light what is in the subconscious. The number 3 represents the Trinity. This is why you always see God inside of a triangle. Well, sorry, it's not God. The I inside of the triangle. This is the triad. Okay? This represents the 3 aspects of your consciousness: thoughts, emotions, and actions. These 3 things must be in harmony in order for you to manifest your desire. In order for your consciousness to create, there must be thought, an emotion, and an action. These 3 things are foundation for creation. You can't create without, well, you can, but it won't be to your maximum potential. If you want to create and manifest your life, you can't sit there and meditate. You can't sit there and visualize all day long. Yes, this helps, and it helps reprogramming your mind, but you need the action. The action is one of the most important, but they need to be in balance. There must be thoughts, emotions, and actions. Now, the daytime represents action. Okay, the nighttime represents thoughts and action. At the nighttime, people tend to reflect. Winter time also represents this inner state of reflection, and the summertime represents the action. So you must have these 3 aspects of yourself in harmony for you to manifest a desire that you want. It represents transformation. It represents new life, resurrection. Jesus was in the cave for 3 days, and then he had a resurrection, a new life, a transformation. So consciousness is always transforming into new chapters of your life. I'm currently going through a new chapter in my life. Big things are changing, and it's the evolution of your consciousness. This is what the number 3 represents. 3 also represents, if you look at the Kabbalistic tree, you have the top 3 spheres. Now we're going to be going into the Kabbalistic tree I'm going to be doing some lectures soon on it. But that is very... So the top 3 spheres also representing the triangle with the eye in it. If you know anything about Kabbalah, you'll understand. Now, number 4, this represents foundation. You have a 4-fold nature. You have 4 corners on a table. This is the foundation of yourself. Now, the foundation of yourself is mental, astral, etheric, physical, which is, you also have 4 directions: north, east, west, and south. 4 physical elements, 4 stages of consciousness, 4 seasons in the year, 4 gospels, 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. Now, everything you've been told about the zodiac is pretty much an externalization of the zodiac. The 12 zodiac represents the 12 aspects of your soul, your consciousness. The stars are in your soul. As above, so below. What is above is inside of you. What is outside of you is inside of you. The stars are aspects of your consciousness. Now, this is why you have 4 gospels, because Jesus is symbolized in 4 different ways through the 4 gospels. You see him in the 4 types of, basically the 4 gospels are the 4 ways of portraying Jesus in the 4 aspects of consciousness, which are the 4 elements. Okay, so you have air, which is the mental aspect. You have fire, which is the spiritual aspect. You have water, which is the emotional aspect. And you have the earth, which is the physical aspect of yourself. They portray Jesus in the 4 gospels. Okay, so this is also representing the foundations of consciousness. The 4 elements correspond with your consciousness. You have your body is a number 4. You have the cross. You have an upwards line and a horizontal line, and the cross section meets at the heart. Now, the heart is considered the sun. The soul is in the heart. Now, what is the soul? The soul is the essence of you, your personality, your level of charisma. When you think of someone, if you think of someone you absolutely love and you have a great connection with, you're not thinking about their body. Yes, you may think what they look like, but what is the non-physical version of that person you have if you don't think of their body? It's the soul of that person, their personality, that individuality. That's their soul. Now, the soul is in the heart. Your words, your actions all come from the heart. Your desire all comes from the heart. This is the soul, the Son of Man, the Son of God. The mind is the Father. The Son of God is the heart. You are the Son of God. Okay? So when Jesus is portrayed as the sun, the sun you see in the sky, he always has the sun behind his head. Now, this represents the Son of Man, the soul of man, the heart of man, the core essence of someone. So that's what the sun is, because the sun in the sky corresponds with your heart. It corresponds with your heart. It's also on the Kabbalistic tree, this represents Teferot, the middle sphere, where all of the pathways on the tree connect to the middle sphere, which is the heart of man. We're going to be going to the Kabbalah soon. 5. So yeah, 4 represents the foundations of your consciousness. In your external world, this represents the foundation of manifestation. In order for you to build an empire, you must have 4 corners. You must have foundation. In order for you to have a table, you must have 4 corners. So 5 represents all of these numbers. 1 up to 4 is mainly about consciousness and the invisible side of yourself. Okay, mainly. But once you hit number 5, you're now starting to turn into matter, material. This is more material things now. 5 represents experience. You have 5 fingers on each senses. The 5 points on your body. You are a star. You see this? This is the pentagram, a very sacred symbol. 5 represents how spirit manifests into physical. Sorry about what's it called? The spelling mistakes. I did this quite quick. This represents how spirit manifests into physical. It's the material world, the experience of spirit in matter. Jesus took 5 wounds on the cross. Jesus said, take no thought 5 times. He pretty much says, meditate, take no thought. I forgot what verse it is. He says, take no thought 5 times. Why? Because you have 5 senses which are distracting you from connecting with the higher consciousness within you. You must turn off the 5 senses. Take no thought. And when thought is no longer present, other aspects of your consciousness can open up. The mind is always rambling on. It's always thinking different things, placing attention on different things, worries. Once there is no thought and there is no data from this to open up. Now, this is how you can have mystical experiences. Now, Jesus on the cross took the 5 wounds. Jesus crucified on the cross. How did he get up to the cross? He carried the cross up the mountain, which represents elevation of consciousness. Then he was crucified. He took the 5 wounds, which represents turning off the 5 senses. And crucifixion is the sacrifice of yourself to the higher consciousness within you, to the Father. It's a sacrifice. Noah was 500 years old when he went on a mountain with God, and the earth was destroyed because Noah went on a mountain, elevation to God. You must elevate yourself to the higher consciousness. And God destroyed all of the flesh on the earth, which is the heart. Earth rearranged his heart. He killed all of the desire, because all desire comes from the heart. So what this represents, Noah's Ark is your brain. It's the ark. You raise yourself to the higher consciousness and you kill all of the flesh, all of the desire for physical things in the heart. And it's the purification of the heart. It's an allegory. Number 6 represents the physical world. This is the most physical number. 666. 6 God worship, Drake, represents the physical plane. You have 6 sides on a cube. There are 6 sides in the physical plane. You can go up, you can go down, you can go left, you can go right, you can go forwards and backwards. That is a 6-sided cube. Jesus turned 6 jars of water into wine. Water's emotion, wine is manifestation. He's turned his emotions into manifestation. It's all there. This is all numerology. 6 is the world of matter. 6 is also representing the lower mind. That's why you have 666. 3 represents, like I said, the thoughts, emotions, and actions. So you have 6 3 times. 666 is your thoughts, emotions, and actions, all contributing towards the physical world, which is the lower mind, the devil, the mark of the beast. You're placing all of your creational aspects, the 3 aspects of consciousness, into 6, which is the physical world. That's 666. 6 represents the creation, physical creation. There are 6 days of creation, and then God rested on the last day. It's the 7th day. It represents laws, doctrines, and physical things. The number 7. 7 chakras, 7 colors, 7 diatonic musical tones, 7 days of the week, the 7 visible planets, the 7 metals, everything's septenary. 7 represents the awakened human, a higher level of spiritual and personal development. It's why you see the Masons use the G with the light. This is the light. This is your brain. Well, this is your arc. This is your head. G in the middle is your consciousness. 7. Okay, so 7. There are 7 visible planets, which are corresponding to the 7 days of the week. Monday for the moon, Sunday for the sun, Saturn day for Saturn. And these energies in the sky, the 7 visible planets, are inside of you. They represent 7 spheres of consciousness, 7 states of consciousness. Okay, so the 7 represents the awakened human, a higher level of spiritual and personal development, where one has used the 7 energies to raise his consciousness to the 7th state. It's the crown chakra. Most people are stuck in their surface level of their consciousness and operating on the surface level of their consciousness, and they need to move up. There are 7 states of consciousness, 7 chakras, 7 nerve centers, which correspond to the chakras. So essentially, this just represents a heightened state of consciousness, a completed state of consciousness of personal development. Number 8 represents regeneration, time, 8 points of space and time, eternity, rebirth. There's not really I can't find much information on the number 8, but I'm going off what I know. This represents regeneration. So when you look at the infinity symbol, it represents the number 8, or a torus field. It's regeneration of energy, regeneration, rebirth, time. The number 9, this represents higher perspectives. Jesus casted his net onto the right-hand side of the boat and found 153 fish. The right hemisphere of your brain, broad perspective. If you don't know about the brain hemispheres, go and watch the lecture under the real lectures section, and go and watch that. That will tell you everything you need to know about the left and right hemispheres. 9 months in the womb. There are 9 moon cycles, because your body is created by the celestial spheres, by the energies of the celestial spheres, which are also inside of you. Your body's created in the moon. By the rotation of the moon, which is 9 months. The moon sounds like womb. And if you look on the Kabbalistic tree of life, you'll see this Yesod sphere, which is corresponding to the moon, because this is God up here manifesting, filtering consciousness through these spheres, then entering the moon, and then from the moon you enter the physical plane. It's the womb. It's why it corresponds with the womb. So number 9 represents higher consciousness, perspectives, feminine is 9 months in the womb. Number 10, this represents the returning back to source. This is everything goes from 1 to 9, then it goes back to the 1 again, 1 and 0. So this represents returning back to source, back to 0, back to the beginning, God. It's pure completion. So 0 and 1 is the binary code of this reality. You have 0 representing curves, which is feminine. You have line, which is 1. 1 is a line, which is the masculine. You can see this in the bodies. The masculine body is very liney. The feminine body is very curvy. You see this in the genital area. 0, the womb, and the line. 0 is the womb. 0 represents the nothingness, the womb. We'll go into that after. But anyways, so the number 10 is also representing nothing and God. 0 and 1. That is all that exists. Nothingness and God. That is it. Nothingness and consciousness. That is the only thing that exists. Everything else is a shadow of consciousness. There is only nothing and God. 0 and 1. So there are 10 energies of consciousness. This is the Kabbalistic tree now. This is why there are 10 numbers, because the Kabbalistic tree shows, it's basically a blueprint of how consciousness manifests the physical plane. This corresponds on a macrocosmic scale, which is God, and a microcosmic scale, which is you, a microcosm of God. The macrocosmic scale represents how God manifested everything in the universe through consciousness. And then the microcosmic scale represents you manifesting from God into the physical world of God, of the manifested plane. So pure consciousness can't enter a physical vessel. It's too powerful. Consciousness is too powerful for it to enter a body. So what God did is filtered his consciousness through 10 energies, okay, which is the Kabbalistic tree, and basically filtered his consciousness through these spheres so that we could have a material plane. So this is where it gets very deep in the Kabbalistic teachings. So I advise you all to research the Kabbalistic tree. It's very, very interesting. And this is basically how God comes down through these spheres into the material plane. Each path corresponds with a lesson. You, on a microcosmic scale, are down here, but your consciousness can expand all the way back to source, because the mind has infinite possibilities. There is limitless possibilities with your mind. Your mind has the potential to grow and expand into new fields of thought and expand to know everything in the universe, which is basically pure enlightenment. Your mind has no limitation. Physical awareness to the consciousness of God. That's why humans are very, very powerful. Humans are made in the image of God because we have the potential to expand our minds to God. So essentially, this also represents, on a microcosmic scale of you, the path back to source, the path back to Kether. Okay, I'm going to make a whole 10. Adam, the first ever man created, adds up to 10, because 10 is the Kabbalist manifests into matter or the body. So you are made in 10ness. You have 10 consciousness, 10 spheres of consciousness. You are made in the image of God. You are made to experience God's creation. You are made to expand your consciousness. You have been given the tools to awaken to the divinity within you. No other animal in this universe has the ability to awaken to its divinity. You have the ability. You've been given the tools to awaken. Everything is given to you so you can awaken. You have self-realization. A dog can't look in the mirror and look at his faults, look at how he can improve. A dog can't do that. A cat can't do that. A human can. A human can look at himself in the mirror and say, I need to improve here. I need to do this. If you keep feeding a dog, it will just keep on eating forever. But if you keep doing that to a human, at one point, they will stop and say, I can't do this. It's self-realization. We possess a very advanced consciousness. This is why we're made in the image of God. So yeah, the significance of 10 underscores the fact that all humans are created in the image and likeness of God. Yeah, so this is a new section from the New Book of Wisdom, Volume 2, which is coming very soon. The number 0, the cosmic womb, nothingness, no thing. Beyond mind is nothing, void. So if you go into meditation, this is a very deep thought, actually. Once you go past the mind, there's nothing. And that's essentially what you are. You are nothing. You don't actually exist, but you do exist. It's a polarity. Beyond the mind is nothing. The mind is not physical. Your consciousness is not physical. Thoughts are not made of atoms. Emotions are not made of atoms. Your body is made of atoms. Once you go past the mind, there is nothing. It's a black void. And that's where everything springs from. All creation comes from the void. All things seen come from the unseen. Thoughts manifest out of nothingness. Mind is the realm of infinite possibility, infinite expansion. These are very deep thoughts. A lot of people aren't going to understand this, but for the people who are quite advanced and deep thinkers, they're going to understand this. Essentially, the universe is nothingness, but out of this nothingness, so think of it like this: the highest realm in the universe is nothingness, pure void, pure nothingness. Then after nothingness, there is infinite potential, infinite, limitless thoughts, which is the mind. Mind is the realm of infinite thoughts and infinite possibilities. There's nothing you cannot not think of. Everything is possible in the mind. This is why the universe is constantly expanding. It's the expansion of mind. The universe is one mind expanding through information and thought. So anyways, we got a bit off topic there. That's essentially what the numbers are, how they correspond with yourself, and the real interpretations of numbers. There are nothing external. There is nothing external in the universe. Everything you see is inside of you, including the stars, the planets, and zodiac. Everything is inside. So you must understand this. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all learned something. Look forward to connecting with you all. Signs you need to detox. This is an important one, people. And a lot of the things that are happening with our bodies in the modern society is just considered as normal. But these things that I'm going to go over are not normal. They are signs you need to detox. So the first sign we have is a runny nose. Runny nose means there is too much mucus in the body. The mucus is forming from the acidic food that we are placing into our body. So every time we consume something that is unnatural and something that was not produced by the earth, the body does not know what the food is. Therefore, the body has to attack it. So if the body did not have mucus, it creates the mucus to attack it so that it can help the body in detox from the chemicals and the things in these foods. So essentially, mucus is not bad. It's the body's defense mechanism. However, too much mucus will create blockages within the body, and especially in the sinuses in our head. And this is what we get runny noses from. It's too much mucus in our sinuses. Our sinuses are blocked, and this can lead to breathing problems and all sorts of things. Like, you don't want too much mucus in your body. So runny nose is a sign that you have too much mucus in your body and you need to detox. The next sign is a yellow tongue. This is a sign of unnatural foods. This is waste. This is toxic chemicals on the tongue, left over. When you place something natural into your tongue, it will leave very minimal residue, and it will not stain your tongue because it is natural. It's produced by the earth. When you place something natural into your body that was grown by the earth and produced by the earth, it becomes one with the body. It assimilates with the body. The body recognizes it, and it can digest it properly without fighting it. So by placing, all these food colorings, chemicals, seed oils, essentially this is what all of this residue is. It's leftover waste. And if your tongue is looking like this, imagine what your colon and your gut looks like if your tongue is showing this. Yes, you need to detox if you have this on your tongue. This is a healthy tongue. No issues, no residue left over. Yes, don't get me wrong, you can clean these with the scrapers, but you're just placing a plaster on top of the main problem. You're placing a plaster just by scraping all this grime off. You shouldn't have it in the first place, so therefore you need to detox and go on a cleanse. The next sign is body odor. So what they have done is gave you all of this toxic chemicals, food and seed oils, and because they knew that your body would stink after consuming these foods, they go and sell you more toxic seed oils and chemicals with what we call aftershave or deodorant. So it's just you're putting more chemicals on your body, and you're just going to smell more and more and more. You should not be using deodorant. Deodorant is filled with harmful chemicals, disrupt the hormones of your body. It's going to cause inflammation, cause skin issues, and it's all going into your blood. All of these chemicals you're putting onto your skin. Body odor is an unhealthy gut. It's basically the food that is rotting inside of you. The stench of this food is sweating outside of you, coming outside of your body, because that's what sweat is. You know, sweat is just the body removing toxins from the body. Okay, so when you are sweating and it smells, this means you really do have to address something that is internal within you, and you have to go on a detox. So essentially, this is what it is. It's a rotting gut. The next sign is smelly breath. It's the same thing. It's not even your breath. Your breath does not smell. Your mouth does not smell. It's your gut that is smelling. All the stench is finding a way out, and what you're smelling is someone's gut when you smell their breath or your breath. And it's the seed oils, it's the toxic food, the unnatural foods, and the garbage. This is what it is. It's all of the unnatural foods that is accumulating, and the metabolic waste that is left within the colon. Inflammation, this is a very common. Everyone nowadays has these bellies. Literally everyone, even if they're skinny, even if it's very common, because the foods that we are eating are very unnatural. Seed oils, chemicals, food colorings, and GMOs, and essentially the body does not know what to do with it, so it stores it and it wastes it. The body cannot digest it. So what you're seeing here is an expanded gut. This is their colon expanded outwards. It's so inflamed. Well, every time you eat something unnatural, your body produces inflammation every single time. And this inflammation over time, the more you eat, so the more you keep this needs to flatten out, like this one. This is a healthy gut, nothing hanging over, flat. The next sign you need a detox is farting. This is unnatural. You should not be doing it. This is a sign that you have colons is finding a way out through all the food and the waste, and it's coming out. It's a sign that you are blocked, and it's a sign that you have waste inside of you. You should not be doing this. This is very unnatural, and it's also a sign that you're eating too much solid foods. The air in your colon is finding a way through the foods, and you're eating too much natural. They should not be having acne. It's waste coming out of the body. So if the body cannot sweat it out, if the body cannot poo it out, if the body cannot wee it out, if your body cannot do any of these, if all of the detoxing elimination processes of the body are blocked, this is when it comes through the skin. It's pretty much the last chance your body can get of getting rid of all the waste. So if it can't do all of these eliminates, GMOs all coming through the skin. So if you want to get rid of this, it's so simple. Just get rid of all the unnatural foods. And when I say unnatural foods, I mean everything unnatural. GMOs, seed oils. When I say unnatural, everything falls under that. Chocolate, all of these things that are not produced by nature, cut them out. You do not need them. So this is an all waste, but heads is more to your brain. Another one, this is constipation. Constipation is a sign that you are blocked. Your bowels are blocked, your colon's blocked, your gut is blocked. From the solid and unnatural foods and the seed oils that you are consuming is essentially blocking up your colon, so you can't get rid of it, or you find it hard going to the toilet. It's because all of this waste you see here, this is all food, leftover food. You would be surprised how much food is inside of you. Probably food left over from last week inside of your body, and it's rotting away. And this is what causes sickness, illness, parasites. It's the food, people. The food is the problem. Low energy, not getting enough electricity in your body, or your body is using all of your energy to get rid of toxins and waste in your body, gut, so it can help fight off all of this poison in our gut. And that's essentially what tiredness is, and if we're not getting enough energy. So these are all the signs that we've gone through. And in the next few videos, we'll be going over on how to detox. If you have any of these signs, please carry on watching on the next few lessons, and you really need to detox. Hello, beautiful students. Let's get into healing. Stage 1 of cleansing the body. All disease starts in the colon. Before trying to heal, we must remove leftover metabolic waste from the colon and the body. The body cannot heal unless it has the right environment. So let's say you want to start and heal your body. Before you can heal that body, you have to remove all of this waste. What happens if you go and place an apple next to a molding apple? The fresh apple you just place next to the molding apple will start to mold with the molding apple. So if you started now, today, and you have all of this leftover waste in your body and you started consuming good foods, yes, it will benefit you. However, it's going to take a lot longer for you to heal because you have not removed this moldy stuff inside of you. So we have to address the colon before we can go on and heal the body. You have to cleanse before you heal. You have to regenerate the body and create a good environment. Because what happens when you cut yourself? Your body healed. Your body knew how to heal that wound that you cut. Your body knows how to heal from anything that you have with your body. You just have to give it the right environment. So, orange fruits, this is for cleansing. Green fruits, this is for detoxification. Red fruits, this is for the blood. Even the strawberry looks like a heart. So, for 2 weeks, you need to do the following. You need to go on a fruit-only diet for 2 weeks. This fruit is amazing for cleansing the body because it contains H3O2, which is structured jelly water. This is the real water that your body needs. It needs H3O2. This is why when you drink gallons and gallons of H2O, which is just liquid water, you'll end up just weeing it all out. It's because your body cannot intake, well, it can intake that water, don't get me wrong, but mainly it needs this H3O2, which can only be found in fruits. Crystallized, structured water. So when we place this jelly water into our body through the fruits, this is what helps cleanse, push out waste from the digestive system. It will remove things from the digestive system because it's like jelly. It's beautiful for the digestive system. So essentially, this is what your colon looks like if you're trying to heal and you have issues with your body. You have a blocked colon. So therefore, the disease, the leftover food is all accumulating in your gut, which is your, pretty much your first brain. And you're getting all sorts of parasites and issues with the rest of the body because this is clogged. So with the fruit-only diet, I recommend grapes, watermelon, blueberries, or papaya. It's best to stick to a very minimal amount of fruit. Now, what do I mean? I mean, not as in how much you eat. You can eat as much as you want fruit during this 2 weeks. I mean, try and only have 1 or 2 different fruits. Why? Because you want to minimize the energy your digestive system uses. Because by consuming 1 or 2 fruits for 2 weeks, you are not giving the body breads, nuts, different foods which contains different enzymes for it to be broken down. Your body doesn't have to detect many different things and break it all down individually. If you're only taking in 2 different foods, or maybe even 1 different fruits, it's going to minimize the work of the digestive system. And this will use less energy. So this means it saves energy now for your body to heal other parts of the body while you are cleansing. So when you consume this fruit, this one only fruit, or 2 fruits, or 3, whatever, you're going to push all of the waste out. You're going to get all of the solid blockages, all of the solid foods and leftover things on the walls of the colon out. And during this 2 weeks, you want to have herbal teas. This will help detoxify the body and get rid of the excess mucus. This will give body minerals as well, because don't get me wrong, fruit has a lot of minerals, but we need to make sure we're keeping on top of the minerals if we're just consuming fruit. So herbal teas like sarsaparilla, dandelion root or dandelion, elderberries, and cheney root, and nettle leaf. Nettle leaf is very, very powerful for your kidneys. Your kidneys is what filters the blood. Okay, so when you take nettle leaf, you can have a teaspoon of these nettle seeds or nettle leaf nettle seeds, sorry. The nettle leaf is good, but use that in the teas. But if you're going to have teaspoons, have the nettle seed and just place it into a drink and drink it or whatever. Nettle seed is very good for helping and strengthening the kidneys, which helps detoxify the blood. It filters the blood properly, and which will then filter the oxygen to the brain and the oxygen to the rest of the body. So nettle leaf is very good. But you can get them all and mix them all. You can get sarsaparilla, dandelion, elderberry, and cheney root, and literally mix them all into one tea. And this will be very powerful. You also want to, if you can, get your hands on some organic sea moss. Sea moss will give you, 92 of the minerals that your body is made out of. Your body's made of 102. Sea moss has around 92 to 100 minerals that your body's made of. So sea moss is a very good way to get all of the minerals in. Key limes, these are very, very, very powerful for detoxing the body and cleansing the body, and very good for the digestive system to get rid of that waste. No tap water, and drink either fresh spring water with no added chemicals, or freshly squeezed fruit juices. So get yourself a juicer and juice your own fruits. Don't get me wrong, this can be costly. However, your health is the most important thing. You could have you could have trillions of pounds, but if you don't have your health, how are you going to spend and enjoy that money? Your health is the biggest currency, it's the biggest wealth. So if you don't know how to make herbal teas, this is how to make them. Like I said before, I recommend nettle seed, sarsaparilla, dandelion, and cheney root. Dandelion is very good for the heart. Sarsaparilla has very high in iron. Nettle seed, very good for the kidneys. Cheney root, very high in iron. Step 1, place a cup of spring water into a pot. Place the herbs into the water. You can either leave this pot with a lid on overnight, because when you leave these herbs in the water with the lid on, the water can then soak in all of the the minerals and all of the things coming out of the herbs. So you can do this for more potency. If you want a very powerful and potent one, leave it out overnight, or just for a couple of hours, maybe even just 2 hours or an hour. This will increase the potency of the tea. Or you can just literally just whack it in and start to boil it. Boil the water on medium heat for 5 minutes. Strain the herbs and pour the water into the mug. You can then add sea moss gel into your herbal tea, key limes or cayenne pepper, or soursop leaf powder, or any sorts of nice powders and natural powders. Place that into your tea as well. This is all going to contribute towards helping the body heal. So once you do this for 2 weeks, what do you expect? How do you know if it's a successful cleanse? First of all, you're going to get very, very clear skin. If you've stuck to the fruit only diet and taking all these herbs and the sea moss, your skin will clear up in a matter of a week and you'll have beautiful glowing skin. This is an indication that your inner body and inner world is now starting to clear up, because your skin is an external manifestation of the internal body. You'll get no headaches. You'll have higher energy levels because the body is not clogged. There's not much energy being used in the digestive system. So you'll have higher energy levels, which can be used in all different parts of your life. Expect weight loss. But it's not weight loss. You don't lose weight, you lose impurities. You're getting rid of all the mucus. You're getting rid of all the blockages, all the leftover waste, the leftover food. All of that will come out of you. And this will essentially make you lose weight. But it's not weight. It's waste. That's what it is. And you will more than likely go from a inflamed stomach, inflamed gut, bloated, to a more flat stomach. Okay, don't worry if it looks like this perfect, but as long as it goes down a bit, then you know that you've had a very good cleanse. If it hasn't gone down, then you need to carry on doing the cleanse for another week or so until it starts to go down and your skin starts to clear up and all the sort of thing. But you have to stay disciplined. Discipline is the most important thing. You are not going to heal overnight, because the reason why you are not healed now, or the reason why you are sick now or have issues with your body, is because you've had decades, or maybe like a couple decades, of eating waste and eating toxic, unnatural foods. So it's not an overnight process. However, you can heal your body just the natural way. You have to be disciplined, you have to be willing, you have to be thinking positive and feeling positive, and all of this will contribute towards your health, because every thought is obviously impacting the body. We'll go over that in another lecture. So this is what to expect. You will lose weight, which is just losing impurities. Do this for 2 weeks and then move on to step 2, which we'll go over into the next lesson. So cleansing is the most important part of this stage of healing, is because you cannot heal without the waste gone. It's essentially the most important part. You cannot do anything. You cannot move forward. You cannot start to heal the body unless you remove the waste. Hello, people. Stage 2 of healing. Fasting. Fasting gives the ability and gives the digestive system a break, allowing the body to redirect energy towards healing and repairing the body. Like I said in the last lesson, what happened when you cut yourself? When you cut yourself, your body knew how to heal the body. Now that your body is in the right condition through the cleansing process, once your body has now got rid of all of that waste, you can now start to fast. Because let's say you started to fast with all of that waste inside of you, you're going to have a heavy detoxification in that fast. You're going to get headaches, you're going to get, sweats, all sorts of horrible, heavy detoxification. And this is not the most efficient way to fast. Now you've gone through that cleansing phase of getting rid of the waste, you can now fast. Your body now has minerals. Your body is now healthier for you to go without food. There is no risk with fasting. Your body can last at least up to people have fasted up for 3 months or something like that. People have gone very, very long on fasting, and depending on how healthy your body is, depends on how long you can do the fast. So studies suggest, your body produces stem cells once 2 days of fasting has gone. So what stem cells are, they are basically these cells which are generated in your body to then latch onto another cell, or basically mimic another cell. It has the ability to mimic any cell it wants and become that cell. So basically these stem cells will go out to the body and produce cells that are needed to heal the body. So when you fast and your body is no longer spending a lot of energy, because a lot of your energy is used digesting food. So once that energy is now no longer being used, your body is now redirecting this energy to produce and healing things for the body, like stem cells. So this is why fasting is so important. 1 day one day water fast is what I don't recommend, but this is what I do. I'm not a health advisor. But if I was a beginner, I would do a 1 day water fast or herbal teas and juicing fast. So during this fast, you will not consume anything for 24 hours. You do this once a week or once every 2 weeks. And stick to this for a couple of weeks until you become used to fasting. Okay. While you are fasting, you still need to stick to your fruit-only diet because this will heal the body quickly. While you're healing, you want your body, your digestive system, not to be using much energy. So let's say you've done the cleansing phase, but then you went straight back on heavy food like meat, bread and stuff like that, pasta, this will slow down your healing because it's very heavy food. It takes longer for it to digest. It takes more energy. You need to give the digestive system a break. Do not worry about your weight. Just let your body detox. You might lose, a fair bit of weight. However, this is necessary. Your body is getting rid of the toxic mucus and the toxic waste. Once you are done losing the weight and you are fasted and you have healed, you can then start to put on good weight with good healthy food. The weight that you currently have now, if you're watching this, is more than likely, toxic waste and toxic weight on your body. So 1 day every week or 2 weeks is very good. And what I personally do is drink herbal teas during these fasts. Like I said, with the herbs I recommended. I also take cayenne pepper. I'll have a juicing. So when I freshly squeezed juices like watermelon juice, seeded grape juice, or seeded apple juice, I will add just a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is very, very good for activating and the digestive system, like pushing stuff out of the digestive system. It helps blood flow, and it's amazing. Cayenne pepper is very, very good for the body. So I add that into my juices. It doesn't really count as adding to a fast because it'll go straight. No, sorry, not adding to a fast. It doesn't really count stopping the fast because it's just a powder. So drink juices, herbal teas. You can either drink sea moss as well. Just make sure it's like a liquid. You only want liquids in the body. You do not want to activate that digestive system. And yeah, this is a very powerful way of fasting, a very powerful way of regenerating the body quickly. So once you get used to fasting, you want to do 2 days every week until you start to heal. Okay, 2 days is when the stem cells, and when you become even, more used to fasting, you've had some experience, you know what you're doing, you know how your body reacts, you can then start to do longer fasts, and maybe even doing no water and no food fast. That's a very powerful fast. However, your body has to be healthy in order to do that. So only do that when you are doing it properly, when you know what you are doing. So essentially, you want to start fasting and the fruit-only diet until you are healing. And this is the best way to do it. Breaking a fast. When you break a fast, you want to make sure, you're sticking to the fruits. Like I said, the best way to break a fast is like drinking sea moss gel and then going for either something very light on the digestive system like watermelon, grapes, blueberries, or even a smoothie. A smoothie is very good for breaking a fast. Easily, gets down into the digestion and gets digested very quickly. So, like I said, continue with the fruit-only diet. Continue with the sea moss. Continue with the herbal teas, and continue fasting 1 or 2 days a week. And I did this and I healed my body pretty quickly. I'm not giving advice, but this is what I would do. And that's how I overcame a few health issues with my body. So essentially, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I can give you some more information. But this is pretty much it on fasting and healing your body. The cleansing stage and then the fasting stage and fruit-only diet. That is the key, It's just giving the digestive system a break. That is how you heal the body. Healing is, it's not an overnight process. It can take months. It can take even a year. But once you stay consistent and once you stay on top of your discipline and consistency, you will see results. You have to see results. It's cause and effect. Try your best to get organic and make sure all of your fruit is always seeded. Wash your fruit with key lime water and key lime, or even lemons. Don't consume lemons if you can. Don't consume lemons. They are GMO, but they're good if you want to wash your fruit. Wash them with lemons. They're quite easier to get your hands on than organic seeded key limes. Try your best to go to the marketplaces for fruit instead of mainstream supermarkets. Just make sure that you're trying your best to get the best quality food with the least amount of pesticides and stuff like that. That also has a big impact on your health. But essentially, when you cut out all of the, the chemicals, the seed oils, the bread, the heavy foods, the sweets, the sugars, when you cut this out, you will feel so much better. Like your brain fog will go. You'll be more focused. You'll have more energy. You'll no longer crave it. And that is essentially the most important thing, is just cutting out the unnatural food and going with the natural foods. That's the biggest first step you could do with your health, is just cutting out all of the unnatural foods and go with the raw foods. And that's when you see a big change in your body and how you feel. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me. Hello, welcome to lesson number 1 of Manifestation Mastery 2.0. So the first lesson we're going to be getting into is the 7 universal laws. You need to obey these laws and operate your life within these laws so that you can maximize your manifestation. Now, what you need to realize is that you are manifesting at all times. You are manifesting now with what you are thinking, what you are doing. Everything is manifestation. But when you choose to do this consciously, you can get anything you want in your life. Think of it like this. When you're playing a video game, GTA for example, you level up your character. You are not the body, you're not the person in the game, you are the intelligence behind that body. You are this invisible intelligence which is a creating force. It manifests everything. You are a microcosm of God, a creator. You're a manifester. You can take non-physical thoughts and produce that into a physical world, material world. So this is the mindset you need to adapt. So the first universal law is the law of mentalism. Okay, mentalism, everything is mind. There is one substance in the universe, and that substance is mind. Me, you, are mind. We are the same substance. Yes, we are in a different physical form, a different physical body. However, the mind, the substance that makes your intelligence, is the exact same. The mind is the universe. Everything is the universe. Matter and mind are one. So the mind is cause. You are not the mind, though. This is what you need to understand. You are the soul, which is the observer of the mind. You are the one listening to the mind. You are the one behind the mind. However, without the mind, nothing can exist. There's no understanding. There's no intelligence. The soul is the consciousness, the observer, the awakeness, the conscious. The mind is the intelligence of your consciousness, your awareness. So mind is cause. Mind is the one substance. Good and bad are the same thing. Now let me break this down. Good and bad are two opposing things, right? But it's the same. They're 2 degrees of the same substance. Now, what do I mean? Hot and cold are different degrees of the same substance, and that substance is mind, perception. Your perception is what is giving it a degree. Is it good or bad? But it's one. Everything is one. Everything is all mind. Mind is the only substance in the universe. Okay, how to apply this principle? Discipline the mind. As we believe in our mind, so it be. We need to control our thoughts. We need to be mentally prepared, and mentally engaged, but not letting our emotions take over, because we are emotional as well as mental. The mind is the root cause of everything. Before you kick a football, a decision is made within your mind. Before you do anything, it's all in the mind first. The phone you have, the car that you have, is all designed. The buildings around you was all an image. It was all an imagination. It was a seed in someone's mind before they manifested it physically. So you need to use your mind properly by disciplining the mind. Disciplining the mind is the most powerful thing you can do in your life. Controlling your thoughts. Control where your attention goes, your mental attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you're controlling your life, controlling your mind, you're controlling your life, your physical life. Okay? So be aware of where you are. Be aware of your mental state and emotional state, and change it. You can change your mind. You are choosing to feel depressed. You are choosing to feel happy. You are choosing to entertain these thoughts within your mind. So the higher faculties of your mind. Imagination. Work on your imagination. If there's no screen in your mind, then you have no imagination. Every single one of you should have a clear screen in your mind where you can pull anything you want into that screen. If I say think of an apple, there should be an apple in your mind somewhere. This is imagination. You see, the mind operates on the highest planes of existence. The mind is not a physical thing. It's the thing controlling this physical form and manipulating this physical external world. Mind is the controlling substance. So imagination, work on your imagination, people. This will do this will have a great impact on your manifestation when we get into the exercises. You need imagination. You need it. You can't live without imagination. You can't manifest properly without it. So you can use your imagination. Practice it every day. Visualize things in your mind. Will. The will allows you to hold one idea on the screen of your mind. So this is where willpower comes in. How long can you hold this imaginational thought? How long can you hold this image on the screen in your mind? Will is a massive, massive tool, not just manifesting, not just doing all of this, in all aspects of life. You see, what I'm teaching is a lifestyle. This is not just You can do this overnight. This is a lifestyle. You need to be doing this stuff every day, mentally progressing. When you mentally progress, you spiritually and physically progress. So you change your mind, you change your external world. So work on your willpower. Cut the dead food. Cut out all of the negativity and stick and have a strong willpower. And stick to your word. That is your will. Stick to your willpower. And like I say, practice imagination and do it for long periods of time. This will also help your willpower. Intuition. Intuition is the small voice inside your head that speaks your truth. It also gives you the ability to pick up on other people's thoughts and to read their energy. Intuition. The first thing when you walk into a room, you get an intuitive vibe. The vibe is a vibration of the atmosphere. Use your intuition to guide you in your life. Use your intuition to follow that path, because that intuition is taking you to the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay, so use your intuition. Memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory. There are only weak and strong memories, like a muscle. You can develop your memory by phenomenal degree through exercise. Exercise your memory. Recall things. At the end of the day, go throughout your day backwards. So when you got into bed, go through everything you did in your day backwards. Remember what you did the whole day backwards. And this will create new neural pathways in your brain, and it will exercise memory. You need to work on all of these. Reason. Reason is another one. Reason is what we use to think, to analyze, compare, and evaluate ideas. Reason is the ability to think, choose what information we accept, stir up, and use to come up with a brand new idea. What is the reason? What's the true reason behind what you want to manifest into your life? Is it coming from a place of negativity? Is it coming from a place of positivity? Is it coming from a good or evil place? You need to seek deep inside of you and truly ask why you want this in your life. Is it coming from something? Is it coming from a childhood trauma? Is it coming from a self insecurity? Reason is a big one. You should only be manifesting things that are positive, that will have a positive impact on yourself and the people around you, and the consciousness and the collective consciousness, and to the earth. It should not be a selfish thing. Reason is a good one, because it's important. It's important because if you go and manifest something that came from negativity, it will only amplify that negative reason inside of you. Let's say you wanted to do something like you wanted to get rich, but it came from a negative place. Okay, it came from a negative place. The reason why you want it was very negative. You wanted to just flex on people and stuff like that, right? That will amplify. When you become successful, it will amplify that reason, and you will become pretty much an idiot. So make sure the reason's right. Perception. Your perception is your point of view. It controls what you become aware of in your environment and how you choose to see it. Your perception is your reality. You have to be aware that there are people's perceptions are all going to be different. You shouldn't let that affect your internal world. You need to come from a positive perception and a balanced perception. Everything is neutral. Everything is balance. You choose. Your mind chooses whether it is positive or negative. So your perception of things is what you need to change. You need to come from a balanced point. Don't let the external world affect your internal world. Your perception should be neutral. shouldn't be good or bad. It should be neutral at all times, and try and neutralize and balance your perception on things. Your mind is the decider of your perception, a good or bad perception. The next universal law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. This is so important, people. This is so important. You cannot go through life without knowing this deeply and understanding this. The friends you have, the car you have, the phone you have, all of the things you possess is a direct manifestation of all of the collective thoughts you've thought in the past. Where you are in life is a direct reflection of the thoughts you have thought in the past. You are here right now because of the thoughts that you thought in the past. The car you have, everything you have is a reflection of what you thought and what you've acted on. You have acted on them thoughts, and you are here right now because of that. What is inside of you manifests outside of you. Not just on a macro scale, on a micro scale. So like I always talk about how the body is the image of the stars, and we are God made flesh. Everything is us. What is outside of the world is inside of us. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm. But I'm coming from a mental state here. Remember, the first law is mentalism. So you got to keep that in mind in every single one of these laws. The first one is mentalism. What happens in the mind happens outside of you in some way or another. Okay? The thoughts you think become your emotions that you feel. What happens in heaven happens in earth. What happens in the head, the thoughts, happens in the heart, which is earth. Heaven and earth. Whatever you think becomes an emotion, and that emotion influences your behavior, which will influence your action in the physical world. So therefore, if you think and feel that you are happy and rich, that will manifest into your external world. That will manifest into your behavior. That will manifest into your vibration and attract people in that similar vibration. You see? So we are physical. The physical effect of the spiritual. Hold on, two seconds, sorry, people. So yes, you need to understand this, people. You have to understand this. Connect with the inner self. Connect with the divine consciousness inside. Okay? Use your mind to think and feel properly, and this will manifest into your external world. The friends you have are a manifestation of your internal world. Until you change your internal state, you will outgrow the people around you. And this is what happens. Law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. The speed of vibration depends whether on something appears solid, liquid, or gas. Every thought you think is a vibration. You don't think thoughts. You do not think thoughts. You receive thoughts based on the frequency that you are tapped into, based on the vibration that you are on. Now, what do I mean? This is why we call it a mindset. You set your mind to frequencies. So when you set mental attention on a thought that you've received, you are tapping into that vibration, and you will receive thoughts based upon that vibration. So that you set your mind to a frequency, you receive information and thoughts based upon that frequency, that vibration. So when you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this manifests into your external world, because remember the law before, what happens inside happens outside of you. If you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this will attract people on the same vibration. Okay? You do this positive thinking, positive affirmations, And remembering mind over matter. Mind manipulates matter. God is mind. Everything is mind. The universe is mind. You change your vibration, you change the people around you. They will sense this. Your friends will sense this. The people, when you start elevating your vibration and thinking positively and no longer entertain the negativity, your friends will sense this, and they will say that you've changed. But what you need to realize is what people say to you is a reflection of their internal state. So if someone's being negative to you, you've got to see that is a reflection of their negative internal state that they think about themselves. What you say negative to someone else is something deep down that you see within yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. The law of polarity. Everything has two poles, good and evil, love and hate, attraction, disconnection. All the opposing forces are actually the same substance, which is mind, in various degrees. Therefore, everything is one, which is mind. For example, water can be ice, solid, or fluid based off the degree of heat. It's the same substance, but the various degrees of the same thing. The universe is balanced. You need to be balanced between good and evil. Look at your body. You have a left arm and a right arm. Your head is in the center of it. You should become balanced. You should become balanced. Your mindset should be balanced. Your emotions should be balanced. Your diet should be balanced. Your work life. Everything should be balanced. You must first correct your underlying limiting beliefs. If you are unhappy in your job, you focus all of your energy on finding a new job. So think of it this way. There's polarity to everything. You hate where you are in life right now, more than likely. That's why you brought this course. You want to manifest something in your life. Not everyone, but some of you hate your life. Okay? That hatred, you shouldn't hate, because that's going to hurt your body and your cells. But anyways, you can use that energy, the other end of that stick. That energy is draining you. Your hating mental state is draining your energy because you're letting it kill you. You can use that polarity, that other side of the energy, instead of killing yourself with it and getting yourself down, use that energy to finding something new. There's always two ends to the stick. I hate my job. You can either cry about it or use that energy to go and do something else and figure out what you can do. And that's the law of polarity. Use the other side. Use the polarity. Don't let it suck you in. Use it for purpose, for reason. The law of rhythm. Everything flows. Everything is out and in. Remember, the universe is made out of torus fields. This is a torus field. Comes out, back in, out and back in. This is a daily cycle. This is a yearly cycle. This is the cycle of the zodiac. It's the cycle of your life. You're out in the world, then you die from this world. You're out in this world, then you die from this world. Everything's a cycle. Everything's a rhythm. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. Use the day and night cycle. Use the cycle. Create a cycle in your life. Don't let your life be chaotic. Don't be a feather in the wind. Create a purposeful cycle so that it works, so that you are progressing 1% every day towards this goal. Okay? Try not to get attached to outcomes, but work towards a mental state of neutrality or indifference. The key is non-attachment, positive thinking patterns. I need to get this out of the way. You hate your life. Okay? You hate your life. Hold on, my microphone's just changed. Okay, it doesn't matter. What you're experiencing now in life is a mental state. Think about this for a second. Everything is mind. You think, right, the job that you're in now, for example, you hate your job. You work at somewhere bad, you know, you're working in a gas station, or, you know, you hate it. You are suffering the mental state that you're in, not the actual job. You don't like the mental state that you're in. It's not the physical job. You're suffering the mind's reaction of what you're doing. Therefore, you desire a life where you do not feel this way. So what's that mean? What you really want is a altered mind state where you are not suffering mentally and emotionally. Therefore, use your mind. What you really, really want, deep down, is a mindset. You want a life where you're not suffering this mindset. So therefore, if you change this mind of yours, you change the emotional state. So when you do your bad job, or when you're there, change the mindset. Change it as if you love and you experience blissfulness and you experience amazingness. And this will manifest into your life. When you go home, think and feel the reality that you want. Think and feel the reality that you want. Create a cycle. I've gone a bit off guard there. But what you really want is a mindset. This is what you need to understand. Everything is mind. Okay? If you had the mindset properly, you'd actually stay in that job. But it's the mindset that you hate, that you're suffering from. Cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. The physical world is the effect world. What you see and experience is an effect of mind. The root cause is the mind. The building you're in, the microphone I'm speaking into, is the effect of someone's mind. Therefore, use this properly. When you push a domino, it will push all more. Every little choice you make has a massive impact on the rest of your life. Every decision you decide has the biggest impact ever. It has a domino effect on your whole life and the people around you. So if you see someone, so let's say you want to get financially free, you see someone, you make a little comment, nice car, nice shoes. That could spark a conversation where you speak to him and he changes your life. Speak to people. Go to the gym. You know, conversate with people. If you want to become the best, you want to own a restaurant, go and work at a restaurant and learn how it works. Use the law of cause and effect. Speak to people. This is the most important thing. Speak to people and use the law of effect. Do the action. You can't just sit around visualizing all day, or else nothing will happen. You have to use the law of cause and effect. Every cause creates the effect. Take action on your thoughts, on these thoughts that are based on reaching your goal. The law of gender. Everything is masculine and feminine. How to apply? We can use the law of gender by balancing the spiritual higher self and the physical lower self, or ego. It is important to not let the ego get out of control, because when the ego becomes out of control, you're coming from a place of physicality. You're seeking physical pleasure. You need to come from a place of internal. You need to come from the internal. Don't let this external world run your life. Let the spiritual, the positive, run your life. The place of calculated thoughts and calculated action. The internal dialogue. Don't let your taste buds run your diet. Let the internal calculated mind run the diet, because the calculated mind knows you should be eating healthy things that feed the mind, body, and soul. But the taste buds just want sugar and bad food. So balance the spiritual and the physical self, meditation. This is that lesson. Hope you enjoyed the next lesson. Well, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's go to the next. Lesson 2, planes of existence. These planes are all aspects of your mind. They are in you, they are outside of you, as above, so below. The Godhead is the sole purpose. This is how spiritual manifests into physical. This is the process that the universe goes through in creating the physical universe. So it starts with the Godhead, the sole purpose, then the mind, then the astral, then the etheric, then the physical. Everything is mental. Everything exists in the mind. These dimensions are not separate. They're all dimensions within your mind. They're different vibrational states, pretty much. So the mind is the realm of thoughts. This is where thoughts reside. There's no form to a thought. It's invisible. There's no physicality to it. It's the most lucid. The higher you go, the more lucid it is. The lower you go, the more solid it becomes. Okay? So the mental plane is the most lucidic. So the mental plane is the thought alone. The astral plane is the imagination of the thought. This is where the thought forms manifest into some sort of form. Not physical form, but some sort of form, lucid form. Like dreams. Then it goes to the etheric, then physical plane. The etheric plane is the blueprint. It's like a blueprint of the astral and the physical form. It's basically the realm of energy. This is where energy is, and frequency. And then the physical plane is where physical manifestations happen. So essentially, this physical world is a product and the world of effect. Everything goes through this is a world of effect. You can't change this world by manipulating it physically. You can, but it's not going to last long. It's not long term. This is where we get the saying as above, so below from. You change the higher planes, you manipulate the lower planes. If you manipulate the astral plane, you manipulate the physical plane. This is a mirror effect. You manipulate the mental plane, you manipulate all of the planes. So these planes are how things manifest into physicality. Everything starts in the mind, then goes through the astral. Now, the higher, middle, and lower astral are the vibrational states of the thought, because remember that the mental plane is the thought alone. So for example, I'm going to give you an example now. This is a chair. Think of a chair. Don't imagine the chair, just think of the thought of a chair. So you have the thought of a chair in your mind. Then now, imagine that thought. What form does it have? This is the astral plane. This is the imaginational plane. This is where you imagine things. So when you hold something in the screen of your mind, this is astral matter. You're creating out of astral matter. That's what imagination is. Depending on the vibration of that thought that you are manifesting in your imagination, depends whether it goes to the higher, middle, or lower astral. If it's a high vibrational form, high vibrational thought, you create the higher astral plane. This imagination will go into the higher astral. Or if you think of a chair to murder someone on it with spikes and kill someone on it, it will go to the lower astral plane because it's a lower vibrational thought form manifesting. So you got to use these planes to manifest things, to imagine things. You can manipulate the astral plane through astral projection. This is a very, very occult teaching of astral projection, and that's going to be taught later on in another course, because that's not for everyone. But you can still access the astral plane through imagination. And that is how you pretty much get there. You use your conscious mind to project yourself, your consciousness, your awareness into the astral plane. So if you manipulate these higher planes of existence, you manipulate these lower planes. As above, so below. You got to look up. But it all starts in the mind. Use your thoughts correctly. Use your thoughts. Use your imagination. Use your energy. And this will all combine to manifest something physical. Okay? So use these planes to manipulate this physical world, because whatever you do in these planes, you manipulate the lower planes. It's like a mirror. So that is the planes of existence. They all exist inside of you. They're outside of you. They're as above, so below, as within, so without. They are everywhere. They are inside of you. They're not separate. They're all aspects of your mind. How's it going, people? Today we're going to be going on lesson 5 on the human electromagnetic field. This is very, very important, people. You have to understand how energy works, how your mind contributes towards this, and how your emotions contribute towards this. So the heart produces this electromagnetic field, which surrounds the body from 3 foot to 9 foot, depending on your internal state, and we'll get into that a bit later. But the heart produces this field. Now, the brain is all to do with the mind intelligence. However, the heart is the second brain. It is to do with the emotional intelligence of our beings. So mind and emotion, directly connected. They are directly connected. Every thought that you think is producing an emotion. So the thought that you think is an electrical signal in the brain, which then gets sent to the heart. Now, the heart is what's judging. It judges you. It judges what is right, what is wrong. It tells you, is this thought good, is it bad, based off the emotional sense that you gain off that thought. Therefore, before we go any further, every single cell in your body, every single organ, has its own electromagnetic field. So every cell, every organ, the organs come up to bunch together to create the system. The systems come together to create the body. And all of this contributes towards the electromagnetic field of the heart. Okay? So everything is electromagnetic. I am, you am, every atom is electromagnetic. So what we need to understand is that our diet plays a huge role in raising our frequency. Our frequency is our spirit, our spiraling energy field. The stronger this field is, the more impact you have on reality when it comes to manifesting your reality and what you want. So it's important that we keep our body healthy, our cells healthy, because all of this contributes to what you're putting out and what sort of and how effective your energy is putting out into the quantum field around you. So your heart produces this field based off the emotion that you feel. So every emotion that you feel, your internal state, is what manifests this electromagnetic field. So when you stand next to someone, you can feel their vibe. You can get a sense of how this person is feeling. Well, because you're feeling the energy that their internal state is manifesting the external energy, which you're picking up. So when their mood changes, you can feel it in their energy, especially if your third eye is wide open. So what I'm trying to say is your emotions is what attracts things to you, because your heart produces this magnetic energy. So your heart is producing magnetic energy. Every emotion that you feel is creating magnetic energy, which is drawing people, things, situations to you. All of this contributes towards your life, because everything has a domino effect. If you happen to draw the right person to you because of your happy emotional state, that person can just change your life and turn the wheel on manifesting your reality. So like I said before, when we feel higher emotional states and elevated states of emotion, this strengthens our electromagnetic field. So when we feel happiness, contentment, joy, love, all of this expands our field from 5 meters to around 9 feet, 5 feet to 9 feet around your body. And the stronger this field is, the stronger your emotions are, and the more elevated they are, the stronger impact you have on matter. Why? Because you're vibrating more than matter. You're becoming more spirit than matter. So therefore, it is mind over matter. So if you experience these higher elevated emotions, you then have a greater impact on creating matter and influence on atoms around you and people around you. The higher you vibrate, the more people are going to stare at you, the more things that are going to happen better in your life, because the more energy that you're putting out positively. So this electromagnetic field is so important, and your emotions and your thoughts play a crucial role. You control your thoughts. This will then control your emotion, and then your emotion will control your magnetic energy. And not to mention, when we meditate, we turn our mind inward. So therefore, all of the attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. So where attention goes, energy flows. So if you turn your mind inward and put your attention on yourself, all of that energy is being internalized, and you can then redirect that into manifesting your reality. You can use this energy to manifest your reality. Okay, so the world will mirror back what we feel in our heart. This is a great saying. Whatever you carry in your heart, you will experience. Because emotion is energy in motion. The emotion you feel is the thought motion. So every thought you think produces energy in motion, which is emotion, which will then be put out into the quantum field, which is everything's in your mind, because the words you say, the things you feel, mold your mind, and your mind mirrors the external world. So you need to be careful what you're thinking, feeling, and saying and hearing, because all of this has an effect on your external world, because it has an effect on shaping your mind. Okay, so controlling emotions, we need to get rid of the reactive emotions and use them intentionally. The more reactive you are, the more prone you are to lowering your frequency, which will have a great effect on manifesting your reality. We need to aim to reach them high states of emotion, to keep our cells, to keep our body high frequency. So I hope this lesson helped you. On the next one, we're going to be talking about maintaining this field. Lesson 6, maintaining the human electromagnetic field, the human energy field. This is an important one, people. You have to understand how this field works. Without this field, you can't pull things to you. You can't attract things. The weaker your field, the more prone you are to diseases. The weaker the field, the less manifestation, the less power you have over matter. You have to have a strong field. Okay? This field is very important when it comes to manifesting and pulling things to you, attracting people. Because essentially this field is a manifestation of your internal state. So your internal state manifests this external field through your, the things you do on a daily basis contribute to this field and how strong it is. So to keep it strong, you have to realize that it's constantly changing based on your environment, the people around you, electrical devices, thoughts, emotions, and the food within the body. Now, every single cell in your body has its own electromagnetic field, has its own magnetic energy. And this magnetic energy can be weakened or strengthened by the food that you are putting in your body. So therefore, when we eat food that is processed, that is not grown under the sun, made in some sort of lab or manufacturing, wherever, it has no magnetic energy to it. It's vibrating so low that when you consume it, it's going to pull your energy. It's going to lower your frequency, it's going to lower your mood. It's going to just destroy everything about you. You don't want it in your body. You have to eat raw food. As much as you need as much uncooked raw food as possible, because the cooked food is what kills the magnetic energy in it. Kills nutrients as well. But it's based off magnetic energy. They never want to tell you this. They want you focused on nutrients, minerals, but they'll never tell you about the magnetic energy, the etheric energy about the food. Yes, meat might have some, nutritious benefits to the body. Flesh might have that. However, the magnetic energy behind it is negatively charged. Because the magnetic energy never leaves the food. Never. Energy can't be killed, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, the slaughtered animal is running, fear, traumatized, and all this negative energy is stuck within the food, and this is going to lower your vibration and weaken your field. So don't just think about nutrition. Think about magnetic energy. You're an electromagnetic being. So you need to make sure you're eating food that is under the electric sun. When you stand under the sun, you feel that masculine, powerful electrical energy charging you in your body, in your cells. This is why you feel so much better when you're under the sun. It's because it charges you. It charges your body, your cells, your mind, your spirit, everything. It upgrades your DNA. The sun is amazing. You need the food that grows underneath the sun, because the sun crystallizes in the food. When you eat raw fruit that's grown under the sun, you're eating the sun. You're pretty much eating electrical currents. You're putting that into your body, and it's charging your body, charging the cells, because the cells produce electricity. Your body is made of water, which, contributes to moving electricity around your body. So your diet is very important when it comes to maintaining the strength of your electromagnetic field, because the weaker this field, the less impact you have on manifesting over matter and pulling things to you, and magnetically pulling people and, surroundings to you. It's a magnetic field. It pulls things to you. The right people, the right places. So eat fruits and vegetables as much as possible. Grounding, putting your feet in the soil or in the earth. This will charge you. The earth is electromagnetic. This will strengthen the field, strengthen your body, strengthen your cells, put electricity in your body. Everything is just amazing when you ground, especially when you're stood under the sun as well. It's a double whammy. So grounding every day is important to keep the strength of your field up. So if you have a very weak field, you're just gonna, you're gonna attract negative people. You can sense it from a mile off. When you see a negative person, you don't even need to know them. You can just sense that they're very negative, very low vibration. You see it on their face. You feel it in their energy. It's a no-brainer. Energy doesn't lie. And this is because their field is so depleted because of the food, the thoughts, the emotions. They're so unattached from nature. And this is why it's so important to get back in touch with nature, back in touch with your body. And this will strengthen not only your field, but your mind and emotion will be better. So your diet plays a massive role. Grounding, very important. Proper thinking, being present. Your field is made out of your thoughts as well as your emotions. being present is a very important one, because when you put your mental attention into the future or the past, you're giving energy to it. So when you are in the present, you retain energy. Okay, you don't give energy away by retaining energy, by being in the present. Proper thinking. This is a very important one. So thinking is energy, mental energy. Every thought is either, positively impacting you or negatively impacting you. So every negative thought that you think, you need to think 3 more positive ones to try and counteract and balance this out. And over a long period, over periods of time, this will create you to, think positive. And you need positive thinking. You're just dragging yourself down. You're slowing the process of where you want to go in life just by negative thinking alone. You see, your external world it's not actually external. The world is within you. You're not in the world. The external world is within you. So therefore, your mind is like the controller of your external world, because you are a result of your thoughts. Where you are in your life now, where you are right now listening to this, is an effect and a direct manifestation of all the thoughts that you have thinked in the past. Think about that for a minute. You are where you are in life because of the thoughts that you have thinked. I bet you've never realized that. Every thought, every decision has contributed to where you are right now. Therefore, you change your thoughts, further down the line, you change your external world, you change your life. You change the way you think, you change the people around you. It's directly correlated. The mind is a reflection of your external world. So every thought has an emotion attached to it, and the emotion is energy in motion. We've gone over this, which contributes to your electromagnetic field. So your positive emotion is going to strengthen your electromagnetic field. And when this field is stronger, the more impact you have on matter, the more abilities you have to pulling people to you and places. Okay, so your heart knows everything. Your heart knows what is good and what is bad. When you go against the inner guide, the heart's voice, you're actually weakening your field. You're weakening your willpower, you're weakening your mind, you're weakening your electromagnetic field just by going against that inner guide. When you know you're doing something bad, you're not only, mentally going to suffer, you're going to suffer energetically and physically. Because what affects your electromagnetic field affects your body. So do not go against that inner guide. The people around you have a massive effect on your field. So when you interact with someone, there's a balancing out of the frequencies. Every frequency does this. It's called binaural beats. Every frequencies do this. When 2 frequencies meet, they harmonize and they balance. So if you're vibrating very high and you meet someone who's vibrating very low, when you meet, your vibrations will balance out. So yours will lower and his will rise to counteract, so to balance out. So that person is essentially taking your energy if they're vibrating lower than you. So it's important that you understand and be mindful of the people who are in your surroundings, because they're either taking your energy or giving energy to you and, contributing towards your life. It's so important that you change the people in your life. If you want to heal your body, stop talking to the people or don't chill with them as much if they just want to go out and eat Burger King every day. You see, it's not only physically are they going to take that, they're going to have, because their thoughts are in their electromagnetic field. So when you're around these people, you're gaining their thoughts, you're gaining their emotions. And this is why you feel so influenced. The word flu in influence. Because influence energy is like a flu. It's sticky. The people around are giving you energy, giving you thoughts, giving you emotions. So it's so important you keep clean-hearted people around you and people who contribute towards your life. If not, cut them out. If they're not contributing towards something in your life and you're not contributing something towards theirs, cut them out. Is it going to help you? No, then remove it. It's so important that you stick to this. So the people around you have an effect on your field. And like we say, the lower the field, the less impact you have on reality. The higher frequency you are, the more wave you are than matter. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. Lesson number 3, conscious and the subconscious mind. This is so important to understand how the mind works and the two aspects of the mind. If you don't know this, your life is going to be hell. So make sure to listen and get your notepads out. So the conscious mind is the awareness. This is what you're aware of right now. You're listening to me. You're probably watching your phone or, laptop, something like that. Your 5 senses, your mental state, your awareness. This is all your awareness. What you're aware of. This is the 10% of your mind. Only 10% of your mind is what you're aware of, your consciousness. You're conscious. So, I know what I'm touching. I know what I'm aware of. I'm aware of my feelings, what I'm thinking. This part of the mind, what you consciously do, impresses the subconscious mind, which is 90% of your mind. Think about that. 90% of your mind, you are not aware of what is going on in that part of your mind. It's all there, but it's all in the background. The subconscious mind controls the systems in your body. So it is the mind that is telling your heart to beat, telling your lungs to breathe, telling your digestive system to digest food without you being conscious of it. So the subconscious mind is controlling every single system in your body and telling it to do its job. It's storing all of your memory, all of your paradigms, which are mental programs. Very, very, very important. These mental programs that you have are why you act the way you are, why you do certain things the way you do. All of these programs that you have generated throughout your life from the conscious mind. The conscious mind is picking up on your awareness and your surroundings. So when you were a child, between the age of 0 to 7, your subconscious mind was wide open to programming. Why? Because this is why by the age of 2 or 3 you start to speak. Because your subconscious mind is that wide open. You are literally sucking in every bit of information so you can progress in life, so you can start to talk, walk, and act as a human being. So between the age of 0 to 7, there are programs that are really, really, really deep rooted within your mind. And these programs are operating 90% of your mind. 90% of your mind, which is 90% of your thoughts, when your thoughts become your emotions and they become your actions. Everything in the subconscious is affecting your life, is manifesting. So the subconscious is not only created by these programs between the age of 0 to 7, you've also generated new programs and you're still creating them now. However, essentially we are deeply rooted with the older programs, but you create programs with emotion and repetition. Emotion and repetition generate mental programs. Driving your car, changing gear, tying your shoelace. You don't have to think about doing these things. You can literally just do it on autopilot because your subconscious mind knows that program is there. So when you consciously think of tying your laces, bang, it's done. You don't have to think about it. The subconscious takes over and does it. So the subconscious is manifesting 90% of your daily basis actions, thoughts, and emotional state. on a daily basis. So what's that mean? Your subconscious rules your life pretty much, and you need to change these programs. Okay, we're not going to go into this lesson, but the subconscious also sees, counts, and analyzes everything. For example, you go and past this sign, you're in a car, you drive past this sign at 6 o'clock in the morning on the way to work. 8 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock, or when you're driving back home, you have a random thought, oh, I'd love a KFC. Because your mind, you might not have consciously been aware of it, but because of this sign was in your visual sight at 6 o'clock in the morning, later on that day, that subconscious mind has picked up because you started to feel hungry. And this was the first thing you seen that day. This is why it's called advertisement. Ment means mind. They're advertising to your mind and your subconscious. This doesn't really effectively work on the conscious mind, but it works on the subconscious. It lingers thoughts and images in your subconscious memory because of theta waves. When you wake up, an hour or two just after you wake up, your brain is producing theta waves, which is the waves where your subconscious mind has access, easy access. Theta wave is your mind is open to programming. So just before you go to sleep, and when you wake up, your brain's producing theta waves. And this is when your subconscious mind is wide open. This is why you need to be very careful. Never go on your phone when you wake up. Never scroll on TikTok or whatever. Don't do this stuff. The first thing you need to do when you wake up is say something positive and feel something positive. Do this every single day before you go to sleep and after you wake up. This will change your life. This will create positive impressions on your subconscious mind. Okay? It also, the conscious mind, it's like a cycle. The conscious mind, thoughts and emotions impresses the subconscious, and this will repeat. Then the whatever you put into the subconscious will then be put back onto the conscious. It's like a repeating cycle. Okay, so you need to understand this very, very deeply. You need to understand how powerful the subconscious mind is. This is the reason why you think your name is whatever, John, and this is why you wake up at a certain time. This is why you run the way you do. Everything is stored within the subconscious mind. Everything is in there. You identify yourself with the programs that are in your subconscious mind. And that's what the matrix is. The matrix, the system, is a program within your subconscious mind. This system doesn't truly exist. In the physical world, there's buildings and everything. There's only buildings. There's the government building. There's a government group. But what gives that power? The programs, the mind. This system only exists in our minds. We only need to go to school because our mind believes we need to go. We only go to jail because our mind believes this system. The matrix is a program within your subconscious, and so is your self-identity. Your self-identity is just a program within your subconscious mind. Higher faculties. You need to work on your imagination, will, intuition, memory, reason, and perception. This was in the first lesson. You need to work on these to access the subconscious mind. These are all part of your subconscious mind. You have to work on your will, especially your will and imagination, and your memory. They are the three very, very important faculties you need to work on. Can't stress enough how this is so powerful on your life and your subconscious mind. So for example, I'm going to give you another example of how the subconscious mind affects your life. Let's say you were in a car crash 20 years ago, you were in a car crash. You were going down the M6 in a red car. Someone flies around the corner, or someone smashes into the side of you. You really hurt your leg. Your leg's broken. Your arm's broken. You might have even seen a fellow passenger die. Okay, right? This was 20 years ago. Because you had a strong emotion that you felt that very traumatic, sad, painful emotion. That emotion that you thought had a very, very big punch on your subconscious mind. And this is why, if you think about that moment, that traumatic moment that you've experienced when you were younger, you can recall that moment so vividly, like you were there. Like you could remember the taste, the smell. You could remember every little detail about that moment. Why? Because of the impression of your emotions. Because of the strong emotion you felt punched your subconscious. It says you're never going to ever forget that. Memory. What did I say in the beginning? You don't have good or bad emotion. You don't have good or bad memories, just strong or weak ones, depending on how deeply you impressed your subconscious mind with that emotion. Okay? Therefore, I've just given you the secret to success. The secret to your manifestation is emotion. Your emotions are not what you've been taught. Emotions are not something that is reactive. They should not be reactive. Okay? Your emotions are something that are given to you so you can manifest. Your emotions are a creational force. Emotion, energy in motion. Your emotions are energy in motion. And these emotions are impressed in your subconscious mind. And that's another thing. Whatever you think in your subconscious, whatever you think is true. Whatever you think is true in your subconscious mind. Whatever you think and whatever you say and whatever you feel is truth to your subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind is manifesting 90% of your thoughts and daily actions. Therefore, if you call someone an idiot, if you feel like death, you feel bad, you feel sad, you're telling your subconscious mind that's what you want. If you call someone an idiot, you're telling your subconscious mind that is what you are, because the subconscious doesn't know anyone else but you. Only knows you. It only knows yes. Yes, 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 yes. I want this, I want this, I want this. That is all it does. If you think a negative thought, you're telling your subconscious, I want that. If you feel a negative emotion, you're telling your subconscious, I want that. And it will manifest it. And that's why you need to control your mind. You have to control your mind and emotions and what you say. Okay? Very, very important, people. So remember, when you were in that traumatic moment, going back to the car crash, right? When you were in that traumatic moment, because you experienced that moment, it still affects you today. Because you had that car crash and you felt that such negative and traumatic emotion, it's still affecting you today because you'll be conscious of whose car you get in. I won't get in certain cars with him because this might happen because of that. Or you might not even go in a car at all because of that event. That is how the subconscious mind manifests into 90% of your daily basis behaviors. Every program you have is having an effect on your decision making, your actions and thoughts. This is why you need to heal childhood traumas through meditations. We'll go over that. You need to heal the subconscious. You need to let go from these programs and create your own programs. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Go and watch the next one. Lesson 4, programming the subconscious mind. This is so important, people. You have to reprogram the programs that are in your mind. Everything is true in the subconscious mind. This is why the ancients had the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated. Because if I go, like I said in the other video, if I go and call you an idiot, I'm calling my subconscious mind an idiot, which will then telling my subconscious that is what I want. So remember, it is impressed by emotion and repetition. These are the two main ways the subconscious mind is reprogrammed. Repetition. You tie your shoelaces every single day. You know how to do it. You know how to change gear in your car. This is repetition. You have created a program through this repetition. And emotion, the traumatic event that you had when you were young, you can remember that program, you can remember that day like it was today, very, very, very vividly, because of the strong emotion that you felt together, you felt at that point, which then created a mental program which manifests into your daily basis behavior, thought patterns, and actions. Old habits are programs. This is why you're trying to create your new life, you're trying to break your old habits. The reason why you're not breaking your old habits is because that habit is a program itself. That it has to manifest. It's so hard not for it to manifest. Because it's part of the mind's automatic system. The mind has an automatic system which is running your body on autopilot. The subconscious is running your body's organs. It's telling your heart to beat on autopilot. That habit you have is an autopilot program. Therefore, you have to change this programming by accessing the subconscious mind and rewriting these programs through, like I said, repetition and emotion. Repetition and emotion, combining these two methods, will reprogram your subconscious mind. And when is the subconscious mind most accessible? 1 hour when we wake up and just before we go to sleep. Your brain is producing theta waves. It doesn't have to be then when these two are, it doesn't have to be when you wake up or when you go to sleep. You can also create theta waves when you access deep meditation. Deep meditation. So you have to do these every single day as much as you can. Doesn't have to be when you wake up, doesn't have to be before you go to sleep. Whenever you get time or whenever your conscious mind floats over the idea of doing it, do it. Repeat affirmations constantly as much as you can. And I mean every second of the day if you have to. Whenever you get the time, mentally say it, physically say it. Get these affirmations done as much as possible to reprogram that subconscious. It has to be in present tense. The subconscious does not know the future, does not know the past. It only knows now. It only knows you, doesn't know anyone else, and it only knows now. You and now is the only thing the subconscious mind knows. And everything is true in the subconscious. Therefore, thinking, feeling, and saying I am affirmations. It has to be in the present tense. You have to claim as if you are what you are saying. If you want financial freedom, say money is coming in constantly on a daily cycle or whatever, or I am financially free. Money is coming in. I am happy. I am healed. I am healthy. Whatever you are trying to manifest, believe it is true. Say it is true and feel it is true on a daily basis as much as possible. Most effectively in the mornings and at nighttime and in deep meditation. Every single morning, as soon as you wake up, it's the first thing that should be on your mind is reprogramming the subconscious mind. Is feeling the emotion of that life you want, feeling the emotional state of your desire, rich, free, or happy, affirming your desire, listening to repeated affirmations. Download an app on your phone, whatever, voice recorder, whatever it is, download an app. Record yourself saying, I am affirmations, I am healthy, I am rich, money flows into my life abundantly. And listen to this every single morning for half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever. Do it every single morning as much as you can. And while you're listening to them, mentally say them. And while you're listening to them, feel them. Feel as if they are true constantly, as much as possible. You have to do this to reprogram the mind. And don't keep changing the affirmations. Listen to the same ones over and over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, you will know the affirmations off by heart. And it'll be that deeply rooted in your subconscious. You will literally think about it constantly. Once it's in the subconscious, once you have this deep new program of you feeling wealthy or feeling healthy or wealthy or healed, it has to manifest. Because what happens? The programs are manifesting 90% of your daily basis behavior. So if you create a program where you already feel like money is rolling in more than ever, or you are healed, that will manifest into 90% of your thought patterns, 90% of your actions, and 90% of your daily basis behavior. And it will be subconsciously. You won't even know you are acting upon this program because it's in the automatic system of your mind. This is how powerful this is. So if you create a program on, let's say you want to be financially free, and you've created a program, a memory, a paradigm, because you've been saying these affirmations and you've been thinking and feeling about this desired reality, guess what? You will be taking action according to that program. You will think the thoughts. You will do the things that person does of that reality. And you won't even know. This is how powerful it is. You have to do this. Mirrors are very, 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 very powerful. You have to stay aware of what you're thinking, feeling into a mirror, because it's a direct reflection. Be very careful what you're saying to mirrors, and never ever say anything negative into a mirror. Okay? Meditation. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply in through the nose until your lungs are full. Then exhale slowly out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring all of your attention to the present moment and lose track of thoughts, environment, stress, as if you're trying to fall asleep. So, if a thought, because this will happen, thoughts will appear, then you just have to remove it. Thoughts will keep trying to appear into your conscious mind when you're trying to meditate. Bring your awareness to the present moment, and if a thought comes, remove it. And this will keep happening. Thoughts or little words or little voice will come, just remove it. Keep removing it. And once you repeat this process, you'll gain a meditative state, a sleepish state. Your body become relaxed. The body will start to sleep, but your mind will be aware. Your conscious mind will be aware. Now bring all of your attention to the emotion you would feel as if you've got what you wanted. Feel that reality that you have, that you wanted. Feel the financial free, the freeness. Feel it. Feel as if you've already got it. Feel as if there is millions in the bank. Feel as if you are healed. Feel as if you are running around happy, or whatever emotion it is of that desired reality that you want. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Like I said, the will is so important. You have to work on your will and imagination. They are very important. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Now you have to bring in your imagination, which is another higher faculty you need to work on. Imagine yourself being the person you want to become. What would you be wearing? Where are you? What would you look like? What would you smell like? Imagine, if you want to become financially free, imagine you are on a beach. Imagine you had the financial freedom. You had the freedom of traveling around the world. What would that feel like? Imagine the place you'd be. Imagine what you'd be wearing. Feel the emotion, your emotional state, and imagine it. Hold this thought and emotion for as long as you can and experience the life you want. And I'm telling you, you do this over and over and over, combining this with the affirmations on a daily basis. I promise you, you will reprogram the subconscious mind that deeply. Your life will change. Not only your life, it will start to steep into your emotions. It will creep on your actions, sorry, not your emotions. This program will creep onto your actions and you won't even know you're acting according to this program that you've created. And before you know it, you're working this hard towards this life, it will show up in your life. But like I said, cause and effect. You have to take action on this program. You have to take action on these thoughts towards your goals. You can't sit around meditating and affirmating every day. But I promise something will happen to trigger this program. You will make the right decision. You will go the right place at the right time and meet someone, or you will have a conversation with someone and something will pop up in your mind and you can just, that is it. Your life will change. This is so important. Affirmations and meditation on a daily basis will reprogram your subconscious mind. You can heal, you can manifest, you can attract, you can do whatever you want. You can get rid of depression like this, anything you want. Tell your subconscious mind you already have it. The stronger the emotion you feel, the more impact it's going to have in your subconscious. You have to do this, people. This is a very, very, very important part of manifesting, is the subconscious mind. Thank you all. Lesson 7, frequency, vibration, and the law of attraction. This is so important. All of these lessons are important. So get your notepads out, take down some notes, because this one is a major one. So like we said before, everything is vibration. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. Everything is made out of light. Light is vibrating at a certain frequency. And within the realms of energy, the way how it works is that you attract what you put out. So you are what you eat. You are what you think. Whatever you put out is what you are going to get back. So it's like praying. If you pray from a place of negativity and suffering, you will get more back. You have to believe and become the frequency of what you want. Everything you already want exists as a state of frequency. Think about that. The thing that you want is a thought. Everything is a thought. Everything exists as a thought. What you want is a specific frequency. And you can experience that frequency before you even have it, before you even achieve it. You can become one with that frequency, with your mind and emotions. And this is the power of your mind. The power of your mind is that it can tune itself to anything. So you can tap into the frequency mentally and emotionally before you have something. And this is how you become the frequency and attract it to you. Like I said, whatever energy you put out, you get back. So if you become that frequency, you're going to influence magnetic fields, which is magic, You're influencing magnetic fields, which is magic, through frequency, through thoughts and emotion. Your present results are a reflection of your vibration. You only attract what you are. Everyone in your external world is a result of your vibration, and your vibration is a result of your thoughts and emotions. The people around you are on a similar vibrational wavelength as you. So if you meet someone, for example, you walk down the street and you meet someone, and you're two complete opposite people, you're not going to resonate with that person. Why? Because his mindset and your mind are resonating on two different frequencies, so opposite that you cannot clash together. You can't come together. You might not hate that person. His ideology, his thoughts, his beliefs, his loves and things he does, things he likes is all a frequency in his mind, and your mind is the complete opposite. Therefore, you will not become one with that person. The people around you have similar interests, similar likes, similar things to you, and that is a frequency in the realm of your mind. Everything began in the mind. It mirrors reality. I've told you this many times. So if you look at this room, everything you see in this room did not just appear there physically. It began in someone's mind. Someone thought of the lampshade. Someone thought of this design. Someone thought of this design of the sofa. And then someone thought to place it there. So everything is a result of mind. Mind is the first cause of everything. You're going to hear this a lot in this course because it's so true. Your life is a result of your mind. Your mind is your biggest tool. It's an infinite, limitless tool that you can use to manifest anything you want in your life. All you have to do is fill your mind with what you want. Tunnel vision. You have to fill your mind with what you desire and what you want, and it will come true. If you think and feel, if you believe it, if you fill your mind with belief and just that one thing, it will come true. It has to, because your life is a result of your thoughts. So everything you see in this room is all a manifestation of someone's invisible mind. Out of darkness comes the light. Your mind's the darkness, the physical realm's the light. You manifest things out of the darkness into the light. You see? So everything is a state of vibration, and we can tap into these vibrations through the mind. You control your mind, you control your reality. And this is all to do with vibration, the law of attraction. Because when you become frequencies, you attract that frequency back. This is how it all works. If you become a certain emotion, you're going to attract certain people around you that are on that vibration. Okay? Your mind is like a radio. You tune into different frequencies. Okay? You attract what you come one with. Whatever you become one with, that is what you attract. That is what you become. So it's important to keep your mind on high frequencies, to keep your emotions on high frequencies, on elevated states of emotion, elevated people, elevated thoughts. Because whatever you think and whatever you feel, you're becoming that vibration, and that is what will come to you. Lesson 13, mirror magic. This is all to do with mirrors and how you should treat mirrors in yourself. You see, mirrors not only just reflect your vision and yourself, they reflect what you say, what you speak, and what you feel. They reflect energy. Okay? So it's important that you are saying the correct things and feeling the correct things in front of mirrors, because mirrors reflect back to you everything you say into them. They are a great tool you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind. Now, the good thing with this, you can do this when you brush your teeth. You can do this every time you see yourself in a mirror. You see, what you say into a mirror is also being reflected back to you, which is then reflected back to the mirror and done infinite amount of times. It infinitely reflects what you think and say and feel. So if you say a negative thing into a mirror, or you say I am ugly, this is just going to constantly reflect back between you and the mirror and quickly and rapidly reprogram your subconscious mind. So it's important that you say the correct things in front of mirrors. Okay? Mirrors are a very powerful tool to change your mind and to manifest things. So if you get yourself hyped up, you think and feel and you say the things, your affirmations into the mirror, this is a very powerful way to become that frequency. Okay? It's all about giving high energy. Work yourself up. Give energy to these affirmations that you say, and never entertain any negative thought, any negative emotion into mirrors, because mirrors are what are reflecting back to you. Okay, this is a very, very important lesson, because a lot of people are used to, doubting themselves in the mirrors and stuff like that. So you got to make sure that you say very positive into mirrors and say, think, and feel very positive things. And this will reflect back to you in energetic wise, and you're reprogramming your subconscious. Lesson 12, sigil magic. So what are sigils? Sigil is a symbol, same thing, and it represents something corresponding with your mind. So, for example, without you even seeing the letters, this object, this shape corresponds with something within your mind that associates with that shape that you see. So the symbol for Nike, everyone knows it's Nike, even without it saying Nike. It's because this symbol has been associated with something that our minds recognize. So symbols speak to our mind and subconscious mind. Okay, and within us and around us are the other planes: astral, mental, and etheric, and physical. So this symbol, right, the Nike symbol, carries energy. Why does it carry energy? It's because all of the collective minds that have seen this symbol have a collective thought and associations within their minds that associate beliefs with this symbol. So another way to see this is this symbol is speaking to you energetically and metaphorically to your right hemisphere and your mind. So the collective mind, this is very hard for me to express and teach this, because we're talking about something metaphysical within the mind. There's not many words, it's hard to describe. So a symbol carries mental energy. Mental belief, mental awareness is energy. So all of the collective minds have a belief about this symbol. They know what this symbol represents in their minds, and this carries energy. So if you go and wear this symbol, you are associating yourself with the energy. You are carrying that energy. Okay? So that's how symbols are very powerful. They carry energy because when someone sees you with that symbol on, they associate you with their mental belief system on that symbol. So you can create symbols yourself. What you have to do is create a sigil, something simple, easy to remember. Okay? You got to make sure it's very easy to remember, because you're going to have to imagine this symbol as well. Create a sigil, like a triangle with whatever in, and give it a mental belief. So every time you see this symbol, or it could even be a letter, you could even use something so simple. Whenever you see this, it's going to remind you of that belief that you have with that symbol. And what you need to do is create it on a piece of paper or a bay leaf, draw it and give it mental attention. Hover your hand over it and give it a charge. Imagine this symbol glowing. and give it the belief, give it the intent. It's all about your intention with the symbol. Okay? And you want to keep this symbol on you at all times. And when you do meditations, when you enter deep states of meditations or manifesting meditations, you can, instead of thinking about the reality you want, you could think about the symbol. This is a very good way to visualize. If you're not very good at visualizing a full reality of yourself in a world somewhere else with whatever you want or whatever you want to manifest, if you can't imagine in detail, this is a good practice. Imagining a symbol and holding your mental energy, your mental awareness and attention on that symbol. And you are associating mental energy with that symbol. And it will become bigger and stronger and stronger. And it will impress your subconscious mind. You want to give this symbol emotional energy as well. And then what you could also do with this symbol, or words, you can even use words. I am, I achieved, I have, underneath water, because water holds memory. Because when you speak to plants, which take in water, if you say love to one plant and hate to the other, the love plant will grow bigger and the hate plant will die off. It's because it's all to do with frequency. So if you write good words on a piece of paper or a sigil and put it under the water glass, it will impress them energy frequency codes into the water, and then you drink the water. And this is all helping and contributing towards getting you towards that frequency of what you want. Giving that energy. It's all about filling your mind with that what you want to manifest. You have to find a way to fill your mind as much as possible with what you have, what you want to have. It's about tricking the mind, about something you already have. So you can do this with the sigils. You can do this with, prayer, meditation, all of these different things. You want to employ them into your life. Every time you drink water, you want to impress them, speak into the water. Make the water vibrate on the frequency that you want and then drink it. Okay, this is very important. You have to find every single way to get yourself to that frequency by filling your mind with what you already have, what you want to manifest, by believing in your mind you already have it, and filling your spirit with that energy. By giving your electromagnetic field that frequency, you becoming that frequency. It's all about maintaining that frequency and that mindset, and it will reflect into your external world. So you want to find all these different ways and do them as much as possible. So to go over that again, create a sigil, just draw it, give it mental attention, mental energy. You can visualize it in meditation, or you can put it under water. Keep it on you at all times, and whenever you see that symbol, think about what you have, what you want, and this will all contribute towards manifesting. There we go. So yeah, weed can be used for good and it can be used for bad. You can use it to enter deep states of meditation. You can use it to become lazy. If you smoke it every day, you will become lazy and you will shut yourself off from things that you need to address. So you don't want to use it to escape. Okay, so don't escape. Don't use anything to escape your own mind. You must face it. Okay, so what was the next one? What age did you start talking about this stuff, learning about this stuff? It was quite young, to be honest. I started learning deeply into the occult and esoteric about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But before that, I've been always into like conspiracies and stuff like that. So that's mainly what it was. Mainly. That's how I kind of got into it, by looking into conspiracies. What do you think about manifesting? You're always manifesting. Your thoughts are always being brought into physical existence. That's basically what it is. You're using thought energy into physical reality, and that's how everything is manifested. The phone you are holding, the laptop that you're using, the book you're reading, where do these things all begin? They began in the invisible realms of mind. Everything stems from mind. The world you see around you is in the mind of God. We live in a mental universe. Everything is mental. So this is why you need to be careful of what you hear, what you see, what you smell, because everything you take in is molding your mind. The words you say mold your mind. And whatever you mold your mind to, you mold your circumstances to, your life. So your life is basically a result of every thought you thought in the past. So you change your thoughts, and further enough down the line, you'll change your external reality. Your life is a mirror of your mind. It's your mind pushed outwards. So if you fill your mind with negative music, talking about drugs, sex, you're going to fill your life with that. You become the music you listen to. You become what you listen to, because everything affects your mental state. So essentially, it's all about looking after your mind, keeping a pure mind and a pure heart. That's how you truly manifest the desired reality. But people aren't manifesting properly because they're wasting their mental energy. They're wasting their life force energy on low-level pleasures like food, lust, yes, like chasing after low-level pleasures. When you start to master yourself and you master your mind, your body, and your emotions, once you start to master this, you're no longer wasting energy on these low-level pleasures. So when you waste energy on low-level pleasures, and you stop, once you stop doing that, you have then opened up more mental capacity for you to direct this energy into a certain aspect of your life. So this is why it's so important to master your consciousness, master your mind, master your emotions, because you're wasting energy, which could be used for success. It could be used for anything to be created in your life. So that's a big part. So all of it comes together. What was the next one? Do you do Q&A in Ethereal University? Yes, we do. We do Q&As. This is all part of the university. Everything you see, you should see what you get. So in the university, you get the Manifestation Mastery course, which tells you everything about your mind, how to create your own reality, how you can gain the dream life you want. We have a real lectures section where there's like over 50 lectures. New lectures are posted every week. We have a community and live calls and Q&A, and a library. So the library is another where you get all of my books plus 45 other occult rare books, and you get updates. So that's what's inside of the university. What was the next question? Do you have an account in Spanish? I have affiliates in Spanish, yes. What's your thoughts on white people not being natural to this planet? We don't live on a planet. We live in, well, you live inside of your body. Your body is a piece of organic technology. Your body produces this reality that you're experiencing. Now, what do I mean? Without your brain, you can't be in this reality. So your body is producing this world. Your body is the earth. Your body is the universe. You are God. You are consciousness. The body is the earth, simulating this reality to your consciousness. So when it comes to your body, it does not matter where you are from. You are the same consciousness. The same consciousness in me is the same consciousness in the rabbit, in the dog, or the so-called melanated person. We are all the exact same consciousness. And once you understand this, once you start to realize that you are not this body is literally just a piece of technology. It's a character you're playing. It's not you. You are the I am. Every single one of us refers to ourselves as I, because I is the all-seeing I, the all-seeing eye of consciousness. This is where we all come from. So you have divine consciousness, Then above us is the stars. Then you have man. Now, man is very important because man is made in the image of God. We have the ability to expand our consciousness. We have the ability to move above our instinctual survival mode. Now, what do I mean? Animals are stuck in survival. They use their creative ability, because we all have the ability to bring thought into physical reality. Animals only use this creative power of mind to survive. But humans can surpass this. And this is everything I teach is about getting out of the lower self, getting out of the animal self. And once you conquer this animal self, this lower mind that wants the food, the money, the fame, the power, and sex, once you destroy this lower self, you then have the ability to expand your consciousness to understand very complex things. So humans possess the ability to know God and know the secrets of the universe. This is why humans are so important. This is why humans are made in the image of God. We can expand our minds into infinite fields of knowledge. Now, the mind cannot be filled. It is not a physical thing. It exists beyond time and space and matter. The mind isn't made out of atoms. Thoughts are not made out of atoms. So the mind can infinitely expand into new fields of knowledge, new fields of thought, far beyond the current field of thought that you are in now. But the universe is completely mental. Once you completely understand that, you'll see what I'm saying. Some people might not see what I'm saying because their mind will not, have that understanding, but some people will understand. How to activate your pineal gland. Your pineal gland, your third eye is your mind. It's not your pineal gland. So your mind is the third eye. Your consciousness is the eye, the third eye. It's not the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is like a radio receiver for your consciousness, for the mind. So when the pineal gland is obviously attacked through the food and the water that we drink. Hold on, let me just open the window. So when it's attacked, it becomes weaker and weaker. And this kind of interrupts with the connection. It's an antenna, it has crystals on it. So your radio, your phone, all uses crystals to pick up frequencies. It's like a radio receiver for your consciousness, because your consciousness is already outside of the body. You're already outside of the body. Your body is a state of consciousness. It's a body of consciousness. The mind is a body of consciousness. Emotions is a body of consciousness. But there is pure consciousness, which is above thought, above emotion, above the body, above all these things, is the pure source. So to activate it, first of all, you need to go on a detox. Go on a detox of a fruit detox. Make sure it's organic fruit. If you're struggling to get your minerals in, take sea moss as well. So just go on a fruit and sea moss diet for a couple of weeks, and you won't lose weight, you'll lose impurities. You'll flush out everything out of your body for a couple of weeks. Drink freshly squeezed juices to get the lymphatic system moving and the blood moving again, circulating. And once everything's out, you'll start to feel a bit better, and you can have an easier experience activating your pineal gland. Can you talk about money and water and how we can get rich from that? You don't get rich from learning that sort of stuff. You get rich from, if you really want to get rich, focus on providing value. And that, if you focus on getting rich, you won't get rich. It's not about getting rich. It's about providing value. And what comes with providing value? Money. So if you're focusing on the wrong thing, focus on helping people. How can you bring solutions to people? How can you help people's lives? And along the side of that, you will gain an income from that. You see? So essentially, that's how you do it. I don't know how someone's managed to draw. It's a bit crazy. How do I get rid of that? I don't even know. Never mind. So essentially, yeah, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong thing. So what was the next one? Let's turn this off. Talk about what's your thoughts on synchronicity? What do you mean by synchronicity? Do you listen to any music? Yes, I do listen to some music, but it's mainly music without words. Because a lot of the music now is just it's all propaganda. It's all to program you. It's all to mold your mind in some form or way. Everything they do is a form of propaganda. So just be careful what you listen to. Let's go to the bottom. Let's see what we got at the bottom. Demon retention. Very powerful. This is where all your energy's in. This is the astral liquid of your body. So this is where think about it. That liquid can produce a whole other human being. That liquid has all of the minerals, all of the energy to create a human being. It has the ability to open a portal inside of a woman. So when you keep this inside of you, you're not only keeping the energy of it, you're keeping the minerals, and the minerals can be recycled in the body. So it's very, very powerful. However, if you have a very negative mind, it can be used for bad, because that energy will be redirected into something else. What was that? How can I heal from weed damage? Just heal yourself. Fruits, vegetables, just go on the fruit-only diet. Take sea moss, take cayenne pepper. What else? Burdock root, things very high in iron. Just stick to a natural diet and you'll heal from anything. But if you were smoking weed a lot and smoking in general, mullein leaf is very good for the lungs. Grapes, seeded grapes are very good for the lungs. Now look at the fruit that you're eating. Grapes are in the form of lungs. Mushrooms are in the form of ears. Walnuts are in the form of the brain. These things are communicating with you. Your body is the universe. Everything's communicating with everything. Your body's communicating with the planets. Your body's communicating with everything. Your mind's communicating with the world and energy. You're literally a walking crystal. What do you think about ginger and lemon shots? Instead of ginger, use wait, what was that? Sorry. Instead of lemon, use key limes. So use the small key limes instead of lemons, because they are the real lemons. But yeah, very good for the gut. Ginger's very good for the gut. If you look at ginger, it looks like the gut. So, is honey healthy? I stay away from honey. Should you not eat anything acidic? No, realistically not. I mean, you might treat yourself now and then, but mainly stick to your raw fruit, veg diet, and you'll live a long and happy life. Let's go up. Let's see what we got up here. Can I meditate looking at the moon? You can moon gaze, but the moon is inside of you. Everything you see outside of you is inside of you. That energy of the moon is already inside of you. So it's a full moon, it's already happening inside of you. This is why witches do rituals on full moons, because the psyche is more advanced, more powerful on a full moon. It's why if you ask a policeman, you ask a firefighter, you ask an ambulance driver, normally around a full moon, there's more calls, there's more emergencies, because the moon enhances our psyche. But not the moon, but the moon is within us. The seasons happen within you. The 4 seasons of the sun are the 4 seasons of your soul. You see? So what do I mean? These seasons are happening inside of you, not just outside of you. In the summer, you feel a lot more energized. You have more energy. You're taking action on things quick. But in the winter time, you're more reflective. You're more emotional, because the winter's to do with water, and water is your emotional body of consciousness. See, the elements all correspond to you as well. Water is your emotion. Fire is your spirit. Earth is your body, and air is your mind. That's why you say you're an airhead. Air is your mind, air is the mental body of consciousness. Can you elaborate on the effects of liquor on us? Why are certain liquors stored named spirit? Because they're spirits, they're potions. So if you, hold on, I'll try to get some more for you. Where is it? They're potions. Go onto Minecraft. And what do they do? What do potions do? They alter you. They make you quicker. They make you, like ancient magic potions that that you hear myths about. You hear them, you see them in this, the old films. They show you the truth in plain sight. Just potions. This is what liquor is. This is what alcohol is. It's a potion. It's produced by alchemists. Alcohol, alchemy. That's what you're consuming. And it's spirits. It's spirit. It's liquid spirits. So you're drinking a spirit. But everything has a spirit. Grass has a spirit. Everything has to have a spirit, or else it would not exist. You have a spirit. But what you're doing is making you susceptible making you vulnerable, for spirits to enter you. So that's why it's called a jinn. A jinn is a form of an astral entity. A jinn, or what else? A spirit, a jinn. All of these things are to do with astral entities and spiritual entities, and it contains ethanol. Ethanol. Look at the beginning of ethanol. It's ETH. ETH, which is ethanol. Okay? So, ethanol is ethanol, and the ether is the barrier between physical and astral. What else? What do I think about tap water? Don't drink tap water. Don't get tap water. Is it bad to get wisdom teeth out? I mean, if you've already done it, it is what it is. But if you haven't done it, don't do it, because everything's connected in your body. Everything in your body is connected. So your teeth, each tooth is connected to organs. Your lips, that's your heart. Okay, your lips. So you can see people's. For example, this is a gem. You can see people's mental state on their face. And what do I mean? If their eyebrows are very pointy, you can see that they're not 100%. I'm just saying They may be either very sharp person, they do things quick, or they're a very negative person. Now, you speak from the heart. Everything you do comes from the heart. Every action you take is from the heart. Everything you say is from the heart. So you can tell someone's heart by reading their words and what they say. And if they're very negative, they have a very dark heart. So you must purify your heart. So everything, your face is a reflection of your mental and emotional state. So you can read people like that. But your ears are a womb, yes. Your ears are womb because everything you say, everything you hear is a seed. And every seed enters the mind and the subconscious. And the subconscious is like a garden, which everything springs from. For example, you had a very traumatic childhood. You got beaten up as a kid. This seed in your mind will grow for years and decades, and it will turn into a fruit. Now, what do I mean? This will come into your actions. You might do what happened to you, do the complete opposite. This is how you get murderers and, rapists and stuff like that, because they've had very negative things implanted into their subconscious, which has grown over years, which they may have not realized where all of this anger truly comes from. It's trauma in the subconscious. Yeah, it is. So the subconscious is very, very powerful. 90% of your daily basis behavior comes from the subconscious. What you did yesterday is what you do today because of the programs in your subconscious. And essentially who you think you are is just programs in your subconscious. Most people don't know who they are. They think, well, I've got a name, I've got a job. My name is Harry. I work for Revival. I do Revival of Wisdom. That's not me. This body's not me. My job is not me. My money's not me. My name is not me. You are above all of that. You are above all of this, and you must connect with your true self. Now, how do you connect with your true self? By detaching from your name, your body, your name, your body, your family, your issues, your worries. Once you turn off the thought, once you turn off emotion, and once you detach from all of these things during meditation, you're left with pure consciousness. And that's essentially who you truly are, is pure consciousness. But your consciousness is latched onto this character that you're playing. So who you think you are is essentially a bunch of programs in your subconscious that you've gained over the years of being human. It's not you. You must learn how to detach from all of that. And this is why a lot of people cannot expand their consciousness and expand their mind during astral projection, because their minds are so latched onto this character, but it's not truly you. Your mind can't detach from this body. If your mind can't do that unless it's you gain that ability to detach from the character you're playing. But you're not the character. The true you is the I am. The I am is is God. The I within you. When you say I, there's nothing higher than that in your being. There's nothing higher inside of you than the I. That's why the Roman numerals, I is the number 1. And that's why I is one line, because we are all one consciousness, one I, one all-seeing I. That's why God is omnipresent, because he's in you, he's in me, he's in everything. We are all God, we're all extensions of God's consciousness. The universe is one living being. And when you see it, it's kind of crazy. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. The universe is one being. Me and you are the same exact consciousness, experiencing a different reality. But we are all the center of creation. What do you think about the monk who lived for 300 years in Himalayas? Do everyone have that possibility to live that years? Yes, I truly think this, because think about it. I sent a list into my Telegram the other day. I sent a list into the Telegram of all of the, well, not even all of them. It was a big list about a lot of the toxins that we're being toxic. I'll try to find it. Where's it gonna load? Okay, here it is. Where is it? I'll show you this list. It's insane. So we've got seed oils, artificial food coloring, food preservatives, chemtrails, GMOs, chemical and skin products, chemicals in deodorant, chemicals in toothpaste, fluoride in tap water, chlorine in tap water, heavy metals in tap water, pesticides on the fruit, synthetic prescription medication, synthetic mineral supplements, synthetic fabrics and clothing, synthetic bedding materials, synthetic fragrances. Fragrance can be up to 10,000 different synthetic chemicals, if you didn't know. Synthetic candles, fragrance, of course, sun cream, plastic water bottles, BPA in cans, plastic cutting boards, Teflon coated cookware, cigarettes, vehicle emissions, caffeine, radiation from phones and cells, radiation from smart meters, harmful music frequencies, music tuned to 440 hertz, chemicals on receipts, blue lights from screens. That's just some of the chemicals we're being bombarded with on a daily basis. A daily basis, we're being bombarded with every single one of them chemicals, pretty much. And imagine a world where none of that would happen. Think how long we would live. We're living up to maybe 70, 80, 100 years old now. Imagine 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 years ago, when none of these synthetic chemicals were there. We would have lived for hundreds of years. And especially your thoughts play a massive role in this. The thoughts. Your thoughts can age your body. If you think very negatively, it will age you. If you stress, it will age you. Because the body, that's how powerful the mind is. The mind is the most powerful thing in the universe. Everything came from it. So have a think. The phone you're holding was a thought. The pencil was a thought. What else? Everything you see around you was a thought. It began in the invisible realms of consciousness. Therefore, this world you see is an externalization of mind. It's an effect of mind. The whole universe is inside of your mind. You are living in a mind. You're living in the mind of God. Now, everything you see is an effect of mind, is an effect of thought. Everything is thought. Okay? So, I'm sorry, but if you're promoting stuff in here, I'm going to have to kick you out. Okay, so everything is thought. This world is an outcome of thought. It's an effect. Everything you see is already manifested. Already manifested. You don't want to change this effect world. You want to change your mind, because when you change the mind, you change matter. Thought creates matter. Okay. We become mind and God after we die. We are eternal. You'll never die. You can't die. It's impossible. You die every night when you go to sleep. And then when you wake up from that dream, you die and wake up in this body. You will never die. You can't die. Everything's eternal. Everything in this universe is eternal, because everything's a part of mind. Everything's an extension of mind. Everything's an extension of God. Everything's an extension from the one consciousness. Here you see it. Mind and matter. Mind and matter are one. Consciousness creates matter. Does it mean that we think about money and then money comes to us, right? No, not essentially. Now, you're thinking about the wrong thing. Don't think about, if you want money, you're not going to get money. You attract what you are, not what you want. It's called a mindset. You got to set your mind to a frequency, to a reality, and it will come to you. Now, what do I mean? If you want money, focus on providing value, focus on creating a solution for people. Don't want money, want to help people. If you gain money with a dark heart and a negative heart, you won't keep that money because your heart will come into your reality somehow. It will destroy you. You have to do things with a good heart. If you don't do it with a good heart, it will come back around and take everything from you. So focus on giving people value, helping people's lives, providing a solution for people, and money will come with that. That's how you gain money. Okay, please, can we stop spamming the same comments, the same questions? So, yeah. What do you think about psychotherapy? Is that some sort of therapy? I mean, depends. You know, I don't want to say don't do it and then you go and don't do it and then it changes your life and some crazy stuff. But what I'm saying is you need to learn how to master your own mind and learn how to meditate and turn off the mind. And once you start meditating every day and you gain that ability of turning off thought and turning off emotion and turning off everything, so turning off all of your emotion, all of your connections, all of your just everything. Once you learn how to turn off the mind, depression doesn't exist, anxiety doesn't exist, because you rise above thought. There is a realm above thought. And once you learn how to access that realm by turning off thought, that's why Jesus says, take no thought. 5 times he says that. Take no thought, take no thought. Because once you learn how to do that, you rise above all of your problems, because all of your problems exist in the thought realm. There's no anxiety, there's no depression, there's nothing. So you need to learn how to master your mind, learn how to meditate. And if you're thinking, you're not meditating. How can we start to meditate? Sit down and think of nothing. And if just try and experience your thoughts. So if a thought comes, push it away and carry on. And then there'll be about 5 seconds of nothingness. And then another thought will come. Push it away and then keep doing it. And the longer you push away these thoughts, the more consistent and more disciplined you are every day to turning up and meditating, the longer the gap will become. And the gap between another thought will then become half an hour, sometimes an hour. You can then think, you can then meditate for like an hour with no thought. And this is when because once the mind is turned off, once the thought aspect of consciousness is turned off, you are opening up new doors for your consciousness. You're opening up new avenues of your consciousness. That's what the power of meditation. And once you start to master your mind and you have the ability to turn off thought, this will then come into all aspects of your life. It will come into every aspect of your life. For example, you'll be able to turn off thought when you're about to make a bad decision. Your decision making will be good. Your anxiety will go out of the window because you won't no longer have it. You'll always remain in the present moment. So it's basically organizing and disciplining the mind. It's meditation. That's why it's so powerful. You have to learn how to do it. What do you think about where do humans come from, or what created us? Well, we are all extensions of God. We are all God's mind manifested in physical form. We are all extensions of God. Not you, not the character you're playing. Your character is not God, but I'm saying your consciousness is. The awareness you have, the mind you have, that's God. The pure awareness, the pure consciousness is God. Not who you think you are, your name, your body, your job, your circumstances, your worries. That's not God. You are the pure consciousness, and your consciousness is latched on to this character you're playing. But once you learn how to get rid of that character and detach from it, that's the essence within you that is God. Okay. What else have we got? Did sugar turn off the thought broadcasting ability? I really don't know what you mean by that question. Sorry. What is consciousness? Awareness, creativity. So, consciousness is right. So, yes, it's observation. On the highest level of consciousness, it's pure observation and pure cause. Now, on the lower, so you have observation. So there's different bodies of consciousness. You have observation, that's the eye, it's this eye you see here. Then you have mind, which is the thinking aspect of consciousness. So thoughts are not physical, thoughts are not a part of your brain. This is an aspect of your consciousness. Then you have, under thought, you have emotional body of consciousness. You have thoughts, emotions, observation, and then you have imagination. Imagination is an aspect of your consciousness. And then they are mainly the four things inside of your consciousness. Because imagine, you can't split open the brain and see someone imagining something. You can't split open a brain and see a thought. You can't split open the brain and see an emotion, because these things exist metaphysically. They don't exist physically. They're in consciousness. And that's what everything stems from. Now, and if you really want to connect with this, you must detach. You must sit down and detach from everything. Now, what do I mean? Sit down, detach from your name, detach from your body. Say, I'm not the body, I'm not the thoughts, I'm not my name, I'm not my worries, I'm not my money issues, I'm not the car, I'm not the clothes. And once you detach from every worry and every little aspect you identify yourself with, you're left with the mind. You're left with thought. And then once you're left with the mind is then attached to a language. That little voice in your head is using a language. You need to detach from that language. And once the mind is detached from that language, you're left with a pure consciousness, pure awareness. Your cause. It's a cause. It's a cause. Like everything comes from that cause. What's your opinion on Rosicrucians' secret society? I know that the symbol of the Rosicrucians is the cross with the rose in the middle, which represents the cross is your body, the Jesus cross is your body, and the rose is your heart, because all of your action comes from the heart. So there's a lot of secret teachings of the heart in Rosicrucianism. If we are all God, are we the devil also? Yes. You have the ability to bring in a non-physical thought into a physical reality. You have this creative power of bringing thought into physical matter. You can use this for your gain. You can use this for darkness, which is the devil. Do evil is the devil. Or you can do this for good, which is God. You have a higher mind, which is the mind that wants love and wisdom and knowledge and growth. Or you have this lower aspect of your mind, which is your body's sort of mind, which wants power, fame, hate, desire, food, survival. This is Satan. That's an aspect of your mind. It's psychology. It's a psychological allegory of the human mind. That's what the Bible is. It's all allegory for the human mind and the functions of your mind, body, and spirit. It's basically what the Bible is. It's allegorical about you and about your mind and how it works and about your emotions. Thoughts on spiritual attacks and how to protect yourself. You're not being attacked spiritually, it's yourself. It's an aspect of your own mind. You're attacking yourself. No one's attacking you. There's no spirits attacking you. You're not possessed. It's your own mind blocking yourself. So you need to focus and need to look within yourself on what is attacking you. There's a subconscious seed which has grown, which is attacking you. Learn about the subconscious. The subconscious will tell you everything about yourself. Do secret societies control everything? Yeah, pretty much. I'd say so. Yeah. But don't focus on that, Don't lose yourself in conspiracies. Don't lose yourself in any darkness. Don't fill your mind with that stuff. You don't want to fill your mind with that. You don't want to fill your mind with all these negative 9/11, occult rituals, magic, Hollywood. There's no point. It's just going to darken you. It's going to darken your mind. It's going to infect your heart. So focus on the light always. I fell into that trap of looking into all these conspiracies, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It just makes you more dark because everything you take in is affecting your mental state. And you'll just walk around worried. So focus on lifting yourself up. Focus on, don't get lost into these secret societies. Just focus on, see, this is the issue. Yes, the world is kind of waking up in a way, but we're waking up to the wrong things. We're waking up to conspiracies. Yes, these things are true. We're all being manipulated. Don't get me wrong, we are. By a very dark, advanced, occult, secret clubs who know all of this stuff and crazy stuff. But what I'm saying is, don't look into it. Once you know it, and then focus on the light. You see, if the collective consciousness wakes up to all of the negative things, then we're just going to stay in this negative ball of consciousness, this negative earth, because the earth is a reflection of our consciousness. What happens in our minds is happening in our external reality. So if we all start focusing on this negative and how we're being manipulated, chaos is just going to break out. We're all going to start fighting each other. So we all need to focus on light and bringing ourselves up. That's how we get out of this issue. Okay. Do you know the 33 money blocks that all people have in their field and how to vanish them? No one has these 33 blocks on them. If you believe you have a block on you, then you have a block on you. Because your mind, everything is mental and psychological. If you believe black magic worked on you, then it works. That's how black magic works. If you don't believe it worked, then it has no power. It's the same with the government. The government have no true power. It's your belief. Like, if you believe so all of us as a collective consciousness believe the government exists. We believe money has value when it doesn't. It's a piece of paper. It's our thought. It's our consciousness thought energy that gives it power. That's why they're called a government. They govern your mental state. They govern your mind. They don't govern your body. They govern how you think, because that's where the power's at. The power's in the mind, in your consciousness. Yeah, so yeah. go up a little bit. Just focus on the goodness, people, and you'll have an amazing life. Yeah. And shaman heals every disease? I really don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Tattoos affect your mental state? I wouldn't say so. Like, just be careful what you get and make sure it has a good meaning, and then you're okay. We are the government once they give us the information. A whole lot to see. Yeah, literally. Yeah. Extraterrestrials, aliens live among us, controlling secret societies, Illuminati, high class people. No. That's what I used to think, but it's not. We're not being bombarded by aliens, reptilians. This is all humans. It's people who worship the flesh. It's all it is. It's people who worship the physical world. Why? Why do they worship the physical world? Because in these higher realms of consciousness, you don't get there's no pleasure like there is a physical pleasure. So they worship the physical world, the physical pleasure, and the sensation of being in a body. That's what they worship. Evil love bondage. Okay. That's why they don't want this matrix to break. They don't want everyone to be equal. They like this division. They like being on the higher end of this matrix, this class. But it's not reptilian. I don't think so anyway, personally. Yes, we have a brain, we have a reptilian brain, but this is our natural instinct brain. We have a lower animal self and we have a divine self. So if you see the screen here, we as humans exist in the middle between matter and spirit. We have the opportunity to expand our consciousness upwards to God. We can expand our consciousness to know God and know the secrets of the universe, or we can stay in our lower animal nature just for survival, basic needs. This is why humans are made in the image of God. We are Anu. We are Anu, spirit, and Ki, earth, matter. We are Anunnaki. We are spirit and matter together. Okay. What do you think about music and fashion? Directly correlated. But music and fashion are directly correlated. You know, when the Beatles came out, everyone started to wear hippie stuff. You know, look at UK drill music started to come out. People started to wear tracksuits more, and it's directly correlated. But it's a psychological warfare. You must understand that music is psychological. It's all to mold you in a certain way, to make you think a certain way. Yeah, as you said, the Rosicrucians talk about the heart, and the heart is playing a big role on our energy and field. Yes, that is true. So everything you do is from the heart. Every action, every word you say is from the heart. You speak and you act from the heart. So this is why you know people by their actions, because if they're doing things that are stupid and not good, they have a dark heart. So that's why the earth is an anagram for heart. If you rearrange the word earth, it's heart, because everything we do is from the heart. Everything we manifest is from the heart. What are the families that control the world? Tell us the major one. I don't look into it, to be honest with you. I don't really look into that stuff anymore. There's no point. It just loses you in a loophole, and you'll end up gaining anxiety and gaining all these negative thoughts about how we're being manipulated. So just focus on the light. Just stay away from the conspiracies and keep your mind focused on the light. Yeah. Can you give thoughts about reverse manifestation, things that you don't want to come in your life, but it has to come anyhow, but it didn't work, on positive things? Can you explain this loophole? I'm not too sure about reverse manifestation, but everything that happens to you is necessary for you to grow as a mind, to expand your mind, to expand your soul. Everything is for you to grow. Doesn't matter how hard it is, how negative it is. But what you must understand is that everything that happens to you is neutral. It's your mind's perception on how you give it a positive or a negative charge. You know, it could be something really bad, you know, someone dies, but you always have to look at the positive. What did you learn from that person? You have to grow from everything that happens to you. Don't focus on the negative. Like I say, always focus on the light. Keep your mind in the light. Because if you keep the mind on the negative aspect, it will consume you, destroy your mind, your emotions, and your body. So always focus on the light and the positive aspects of everything that happens to you. And just remember, when it comes to manifestation, you are just a result of your thoughts. Where your life right now, your current circumstances, is a result of every thought you had in the past. Every thought you had in the past has led you to this very point, listening to me right now. Therefore, your life is an externalization of your mind. And this is what I teach inside the university, the Manifestation Mastery course. And that is how you truly, you change your thoughts, you change your mental state, and you will change your external reality. Okay. Can you explain the proof the earth is flat? Your senses. Have you ever been in a car going 100 miles per hour? You probably have. How quick does it feel when you're going 100 miles per hour? It goes very, very quick. You can feel it very quick. And we are apparently moving 1,000 miles per hour while going around the sun. It's complete lunacy. If you believe that you live on a spinning rock, hurtling through space, and we haven't hit something in trillions of years, which is obviously a lie. If you believe that, then they have tricked you to not believe your own senses. They've tricked you to not believe them senses that you have. That's the power. It's subconscious. It's a psychological warfare. If you believe you live on a rock, then you are more susceptible to believing that the universe is only physical. The reason why Isaac Newton came in with all this new science and destroyed all of the old science of the Egypts and the ancient occult teachings of as above, so below, the reason Isaac Newton came in with this was to separate you from the universe. Because the ancients knew, and I know now, and this is what I teach, is that you are the universe. But all of these new scientists came in to make you feel separate from the universe and to make you think that you are not special. And another one, if you believe that you're from, everything they teach you is to keep your mind trapped in physicality. Your mind isn't a physical thing. Your consciousness is not a physical thing. So everything they've told you is to keep you in a three-dimensional way of thinking, in a physical reality. Everything seen comes from the unseen. Everything seen is an effect of the mind. Everything you see around you began in the invisible realms of mind. Yeah, the body is physical, it's a meat suit, it's an avatar, it's a character. You're playing a character, it's not you. You are the I am. You must connect with the I am through meditation. So, I heard that sugar and artificial sugar block our thought and manifesting ability. Yeah, well, your diet plays a massive role because it's all interconnected. Your consciousness is interconnected with your body, your physical body. So if your body's not well, your mind's not going to be well. So you must, find